Hello, everybody. This is the Cloud9 podcast, season 2, episode 22. So, I just want to make sure I say this, before we continue on further in the episode. These episodes are normally aired on Mondays, around like 7, 8 p.m. PST. I did not feel good this Monday that just happened. I was really, really feeling awful after work. My back was hurting, and I was really, really tired. So I just chose to, push the episode of the Cloud9 podcast, to today, which is Wednesday that you are currently watching this. But yeah, you can normally always expect these, to be on, Monday, but it just depends, like I said before, on other episodes of like, it depends on how I feel that day because like Mondays are really hard because I get up really early for work. I'm getting up like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, getting to work and, working until like 2 o'clock in the day. And then obviously I'm super tired after that because, my work week starts from like Thursday all the way into Monday, actually. So, that's just one of the reasons why, you did not get an episode this week on Monday. But overall, I just want to make sure you guys know that if you don't get the episodes on Monday, then you will get them obviously on a Wednesday, which will probably be around this time at 3 p.m. PST. But normally you can always expect the episodes 6 or 7 p.m. PSTs every Monday. And yeah, we are actually almost done with season 2 of the Cloud9 podcast. Starting this show up was really interesting because last year I was kind of toying around with like starting certain shows, like the G2 fan cast went on for a little bit, but I just wasn't really feeling the name because like sometimes with the show, you got to have like a really good name to really feel it when you're doing the show. And we had like another show I was calling The Real Esports, but that name just was super cringe. And so after those names, you had the Cloud9 Fancast, which was cool for a little bit there, but I didn't really enjoy doing that after a while because it was just a lot of work to do it, And then we had the other original League of Legends podcast that I hosted a long time ago when the channel first started. So yeah, the channel's been through like what? 1, 2, 3, 4 different podcasts, and 5 times the charm. You finally got a chance to landed with this one. And yeah, one more episode and then we will be on to season 3. Currently right now in a lot of my free time, I've been looking to catch up on the LCK. I know the LCK games are going on right now. I think the LPL games are going to be coming back very, very soon because they were actually on Chinese New Year. But that's going to be something where we're going to be adding in extra episodes throughout the year about LPL and LCK. Granted, I have to watch more of the games more with the LCK because like it's really hard to kind of watch them sometimes. Not because I can't, it's only less so due to the fact that how would you put it? You have to go out of your way to watch it because they don't actually live stream them on YouTube, which I don't like, actually. You got to go to Twitch. And as you guys know, I'm not really a huge fan of Twitch anymore. I'm just being honest here. I've said this before, I think past episodes. I'm just not the hugest fan of Twitch, actually.
Yeah, they ruined it.
I just don't like the platform all that much anymore. I'll go on Twitch if like some of my friends have Twitch channels and I'll watch their stuff generally. And I still watch some Twitch streamers here or there. I'll watch a Pokimane stream sometimes with just like background noise. But
Are you fucking kidding me?
I just don't like Twitch that much anymore. Like I just prefer YouTube. I'm sorry,
Imagine admitting that to the public.
So I actually just enjoy YouTube more. I just like the platform more. And it's not because I was on YouTube first or Twitch came second. I've been on Twitch. I've been watching Twitch for a long time. Twitch streamers, Twitch streams, a lot of that shit. I just don't really like the platform anymore. I'm not a huge fan of like all the decisions the platform has been making throughout these many years. And I think the viewer experience for me is just better on YouTube. But I do go out of my way to watch like the LCK games because the VODs happen on YouTube anyway. And I just watch the VODs actually. But to be honest, as you guys know, I'm only going to really watch like the top tier LCK games between like teams like Damwon, Genji, T1, and I think there's another team that goes into that mix as well. Yeah, so
Gem, obviously.
Yeah, so you have Genji, T1, Damwon. Those are like the trinity of teams that I like to watch at their games because you're gonna get the best quality games. Because the games that I did see, based around Damwon, a lot of the LCK teams play pretty slow actually, but it's weird how like in the LCK they play slow to each other, but they play really fast against other
Mhm.
regions. I don't know how that
Summit
works.
said in an interview the other day that he says there's no more like great Korean top laners, like almost no more.
Holy
Would
shit!
you
And
agree with that?
I don't see. There's a lot of. Well, I mean, if Birdall's in the league, then that's an issue.
God,
If
and
Birdall's in the league, that's an
yeah,
issue.
right now that
Birdall sucks.
Zeus over Kana move is really not paying off for T1.
I don't see. Kana is good, but I don't think he's like elite level good kind of thing,
Well,
right?
no, a great level good, but I mean, well, it's like he's not elite level because he's not consistent enough, but
Mhm.
he has elite peaks. And like after Summer split though at Worlds, like I thought he was like the best top laner. He easily performed like that, and I mean, so I just thought it was kind of stupid getting rid of him. Like I get Zeus's potential too, but I don't know, definitely hasn't
Mhm.
been paying off so far at all.
Hmm.
But yeah, I
And
watched that T1 Hanwha Life series last night.
why'd you watch any series that has Hanwha Life in it? What is wrong with you?
Because it had T1 in it. So I'm not gonna spoil it if you haven't seen it yet, but it was pretty fucking close.
Okay, so for an LCK centric episode, I'm gonna pick out like the best games that have happened since. Just let me know if there's like any really good best of threes that have happened like in the past or recently, actually, because I just haven't had. I was being honest here with you guys. I know a lot of people will sit here and lie to you on the platform talking about this shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't got a chance to watch any LCK except for one best of three, and that was like Damn One when they kind of bounced back actually, because they were like 0-2 and they got their first win. It was that one actually. So yeah, I've only watched one LCK BO3. I know Gen G. I don't know if they're still undefeated. I think they're still undefeated, and T1 were undefeated at a certain point. Then you had Faker getting a quadra kill actually, on Victor, and owner stole the Penta. And so those are only the things I've seen through the LCK 2022 spring split. But I actually want to go over a few things before we talk about what we need to talk about on this. Actually, let me
Mm-hmm.
go. Let me go talk. No, sorry. Let me go talk. I'm gonna bring up Medic's
Okay.
Twitter actually, because Medic actually made a point on Twitter, because I follow
Yeah.
Medic and Vedi
I'll
actually.
let you know when like a freak and Fred and Brion are playing.
I don't honestly. Oh my goodness, Medi. What is Medi's Twitter handle? I don't even know his Twitter handle. I just saw his tweet actually. Let me type in LEC. I need just got to get some certain people. Because there's one person that tweeted something today, and I thought it was something to actually think is a really nice talking point. Actually, where are you, Medi? Where are you? Oh, we also had some predictions come out true.
I
As I
believe
said,
it's called like Medic Cast or something.
Medic Cast. Yeah, let me go at Medic Cast. My God, because he brought up a really nice tweet that I thought was really of a great talking point. Actually, oh, there's another thing we got to talk about too, which is the Shocks thing. Actually, because we haven't had Shocks appear on the LEC. This is the first year she's
I heard
missed the
it because of
beginning of
visa
a.
issues or something.
Oh, it's because it's money. It's not really the money. It's like the LEC might not be willing to fork up what she's worth. But don't
Oh, really?
worry, you get right into it. Give me a moment here to bring this up. I should have already had this up actually earlier, but let me see. Where is this at? Because this is something I've been meaning to talk about for a while, because I do think it's
I
honestly a really
mean,
good talking point, honestly.
LEC are cheap bastards. On the other hand, though, because I don't know, she's like a legend and a huge name, but I mean, what she does like isn't like something that like it like many people can do it well. It's like you don't need shocks, but
Hmm.
she is like a huge name, so I don't know. So it's
And
a
then
mix
there.
of both. Like I
Mhm.
understand it a bit, like the amount of money she's worth now, but also I mean just you can easily pay it though. LEC are just being cheap bastards, you know?
I mean, the amount of money they make off their official YouTube streams is insane. Because remember,
Yep.
because people have to
Yeah,
factor
they
in.
can pay her.
Because the thing here is, yeah, we'll just talk about Shocks. So as you guys know, Shox is a very, very big, person within the League of Legends esports scenes. Everybody knows Shox. Shox by name is just easily known. Everyone knows who she is. So every single year since I've been watching League of Legends, since she appeared to me back in 2015 for the EU LCS spring split back in 2015, she's been in every single split since then, and she's been in the other splits that I didn't even watch back then as well. She hasn't appeared yet, because of some, I would say, it's because the LEC potentially doesn't want to fork over the money that she is asking for, because she even said on Twitter, she could go anywhere for money. Honestly, she has a completely great resume. She's been with League of Legends since it started. I mean, yeah, she can pretty much get any job she essentially wanted within this scene, obviously. But people have to understand she loves the LEC. This is what she's been in since it started. Back when we had fucking jank casts with like fucking who's the two guys that were legendary for a long time ago? Oh my, D-Man, right? D-Man and Joe. Yeah, like she was in that era. Crepo, Deficio. You had it with Quickshot, some Pyrotechnics. If anyone remembers that guy, she's been through a lot of what the LEC has had to offer.
Yeah, wasn't she like
throughout the years.
Wasn't she in like the Halo scene at one point? Or
yeah, she's worked for SK Gaming. She's been a host for like pretty much all of the League of Legends.
Yeah, it's interesting events. When you like go through like the 2010s and stuff, or like 2008, 2004, and like just the certain people like you find looking back on the old VODs, like the certain like analysts and casters and interviewers, like.
And it's really crazy because I didn't see her initially when the split began. And, like there was just some crazy things that you just come to realize that this person is just going to be a part of like just literally everything, like for every single split, even when like Bjergsen didn't appear, for 2020. I'm like, man, I've seen Bjergsen start like for 5 years straight, and he's not starting this year. I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy to think about. And we didn't see Shox, and it's like, this is the thing with how like YouTube and monetization works, everyone, is, since the LEC broadcast their stream on YouTube, as they say, like the stream's over and shit, the amount of people that watch that stream, and when you put ads on it, make an insane amount of money. And they also have a rebroadcast as well. So the amount of money they make is insane. Also, when you're counting in the amount of viewers that are watching, the LEC, pretty much destroys the LCS in viewership. They have like what, 500K of people that fucking watch their streams. Actually, like the viewership is just absolutely insane. So the fact that they're having some issues with how they're not paying her is just interesting, because they definitely make enough money.
Because I heard at first, and I didn't understand how it made any sense, like having visa issues with her, but they said at first that it was visa issues, so were they lying, I guess?
No, it wasn't visa. It's all about contracts, essentially. Like,
oh, okay.
She wants to she's a freelance caster. Remember how she announced she was freelanced a while ago? So since she's freelance, obviously, you can charge more if you're freelance and not under contract, because you're basically kind of like work for hire.
Okay, so I must have heard it wrong. Okay, so I must have mixed up contract with visa. Okay, so yeah, again, I can understand like being a little hesitant with like the money, because like just think about like what she does though in LEC. Like it isn't like something that no one can do. Like many people can do it, but at the same time, like you can easily pay it. Like you have shitloads of money.
Like that's the thing, is I don't get why they're unwillingly not trying to pay her what she potentially is worth. And yeah, you are right, because I'm not trying to downplay what she's done.
Yeah, no, I would say it about anyone.
Yeah, like literally anybody can do what she does, but the issue here is like with Dash and Shox, because Dash is synonymous with the LCS. It's kind of like Dash and Shox.
Yeah, it's all about name recognition
and like how you present a show, right? Because the way Dash presents the LCS is just how I look at how Shocks presents the LEC.
Yeah,
Right?
like I'm pretty sure she won like best presenter or analyst or whatever like 3 years in a row now.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, anybody can do what she does, but can they do it as well as she
Yeah,
presents
like can
everything?
they do
That's
it
the
as well
difference.
as Flowers?
Yeah, like because a lot of people like Captain Flowers, and a lot of people like Zale, a
Yeah,
lot of
as
people like
fucking
Toby.
rap god.
Oh my god, it's the thing here is like, to be fair, yes, you can replace these people, but it's like, are they gonna do it like as a good job as
Yeah,
the other person?
yeah, and
That's
then
the
you
thing.
might your viewers might not like it, getting rid of names like that.
I mean, yes, I mean, obviously, if you put a hot, attractive lady like her on the screen, yeah, a lot of guys are gonna watch. That's gonna
Okay
happen no
then.
matter, right? That's gonna happen no matter what. But it's she's established herself as not just a pretty face. She's established herself as someone who knows what she's talking about, and she knows how to present her argument.
Yeah, well, I just meant like
Yeah.
name, but yeah, I guess MSK goes to that.
So yeah, we have it right here. I want to make sure I bring up all this stuff. That way you guys don't see we're just talking out of our ass. All right, so here we go. Here is the screen right here. Let me show you guys. Let me share it to you. So this was tweeted out January 27th, 2022. Shock says, at the end of the day, it's business, but on a personal level, I was really looking forward to hosting and having a sense of normalcy return to my life. I miss you all so much and miss the LEC community. Lord. Yeah, it's one of these things where, like, I'm not trying to downplay what she's offered to the LEC, but she's by her new contract, which she's basically freelance. You're essentially just work for hire. If you're work for hire, then if the official broadcast chooses not to take you on, that's their thing, And if
Yeah.
they think they're overpaying for what she's doing, they have that right to, because they're paying you. That's just how the money struggle works in life. They pay you, but then again, if you're worth this much money,
Yeah, it's sort of like this is what I like to think about it, honestly. Like Cloud9, like when they got rid of Svenskeren for Blabber, it's like, sure, Svenskeren just won MVP, he's a big name, but with what he does, is it really that unreplaceable? Like, no, not at all.
That's the same thing. I know we talked about that too. Like the same thing with
Yeah,
Blabber.
like
People are like, oh my
absolute
gosh.
legend here, but like it's
Yeah, because people
what
are always like,
she
oh my
does
god.
isn't that like
Well, because
hard
people are like, oh my
compared to the
god,
other jobs.
fucking people. Because last year people were like, oh my god, you're so hard on Blabber for no reason. It's like, you can replace Blabber and you can find someone who does what he does. You're telling me no one can put that
Many
kind of place?
people
That's
can do
bullshit.
that, all right? They just found fucking Malrain, all right?
Because
Rogue.
literally, they took Blabber out of their academy team when they were like fucking 1-7 back when they were like 10th place in that one 2018 summer split for the LCS all the way back then. You tell me that, because at that point they didn't think that was possible. So you tell me it can't happen again? That's bullshit. But this was the other tweet that Shocks put out. She says, I will not be hosting the LEC this week. This was back during like week 3 of the LEC 2022 spring split. I will not be hosting the LEC this week. My team and I have not yet found a mutually acceptable agreement with Riot. We are hopeful we can find common ground soon so I can appear back on the show. The only way she appears back on is if she takes a pay cut. That's just how it's going to work. They don't essentially. I'm not saying she did a bad job, guys. So I want to make sure I make that fundamentally clear.
No. She did an awesome job. It's just that they think there's other personalities doing that job that they think can be just as good. That will be cost way less, but you're
way
paying
less than they.
Yeah, but you're paying that name recognition. Everybody knows her. Everybody likes seeing her on the analyst. That's just like they like seeing Dash and like Captain Flowers. So I mean, not having her on there gonna piss off some viewers. So that's another thing you have to think about. Like it's all many things to think about. So yeah, I mean, it is best of being like a freelance person. Though it's never that good to just take like one contract thing. It's better for like that business, not you. It's better to be a freelance or whatever, honestly. But yeah, hey, maybe she can go to like LCS, because they just like spend millions out of their ass on nothing. So
if she wants to just come to the if she wants to come to the LCS and start, doing some shit over here, and that's the thing, would having Shocks and Dash on the same desk, like doing whatever they do best together, work? I don't know. I think that'd be a recipe for a disaster, but I'd love to see it, honestly. And to be fair, Shocks would bring viewers to the LCS. Like, I'm not she would definitely bring viewers. The issue here is like, would she really want to move to the LCS and, commit to traveling over here? I don't think it'd be worth it for her. I think she wants to be all for EU, right? But it's like, but I agree with Sean. You know, you could have, because lately the LEC has been moving into Dracos actually doing more of the hosting. You have Dracos, Quickshot, Law. Everyone loves Kadrill. I think Kadrill is awesome. Actually, you have Medic, you have Vedius, and you have Trouble Inc. She's awesome. You like, even without Shocks, the LEC has such a unique brand of
And is
people.
Troubling's the one that does like
She was
the
from ST
interviews,
Gaming.
or is that another one?
No, she was on the analyst desk
Oh,
actually.
okay. Oh, her. Okay, yeah. Who was the one that like does the interviews? You
Laura,
know her
the
name?
French girl.
Yeah. What was her
Law,
name?
Law,
Oh,
Law.
okay. Oh,
So,
okay.
so that's the thing, is like the LEC has such a nice rotating batch of broadcast talent that, you know, if one person's out, you don't really miss them because the other people just kind of complement the other people's strengths. Like, dude, I thought I wasn't gonna really like the LEC anymore after Deficio left. I was like, oh, Deficio's not here, Quickshot's not casting. I mean, you got Frost Gurren. I mean, nice trait there, right? But they, you know, later on, he managed to give me a good amount of people. You know, I like Dracos. I really like the other guys too. Kadro's awesome. I watch his content
I mean,
consistently.
Frost Garen's a good esports person when she just shuts the fuck up about you know what. Then she's good.
So that's the reason why you guys haven't seen Shocks. Her and her team are hopefully going to find a working amount of money that Shocks is comfortable with, because, you know, and you guys have to understand this too, from her point of view. And a lot, like, if you're an adult and you live alone, or you have a family or a boyfriend or whatever your life situation is, life is tough, and money is how you fix all those things, and money is how you live and how you have a comfortable life. How much money you have is how you get to have a comfortable life. And you know, she's definitely worked up to a point where she should get the right amount of money she deserves. Okay, so that's moving away from Shocks, and we have Medic. So Medic tweeted this out because I was actually at the gym when he tweeted this, because I actually went to the gym today, the first time in months, and it felt pretty good actually to, you know, work out on my big bulging biceps actually, you know. So a lot of hot ladies were looking at me in the gym actually, but you know. So Medic tweeted this, and this is something that I've been actually what's the word I could really use? This is something that I've been pondering in my head, but I just didn't know how to formulate it just properly. He says, if you could pick one thing that league casting lacks, you want more of, what would it be? So for me personally, what I think league casting lacks is it's really hard to say, because it does lack a few fair bit of things. I just don't know if I have the right ideas for what it lacks, though, you know? Because I actually think the broadcast talent does a bad job at this too. And I think the actual league casting does a really bad job at this too. This is no knock to these people. They work very hard. I'm not saying they don't do their job correctly, but this is something that traditional sports does very well. And I think that esports could eventually, you know, bring into this too, which is telling the story of players, right? Because what I don't really notice is, like, even with the LCS, they do a really bad job of this too. LEC does a really bad job of this too within both scenes. Like, I think the LPL and the LCK are a bit better at doing it when I hear their casters talk about the players. What you don't really honestly hear from them is like the story of these players, and, you know, like talking about the players to the point where the general public could really understand them, right? Even if they're not a big name. What I mean by that is, it doesn't really matter if they're not a big name. What matters is that you get the player's name out there. You know, maybe you promote their Twitch stream, right, to all these viewers that are obviously on the stream. You know, maybe you talk about like how they got into league, what rank they are in solo queue, just a ton of like you know, certain things that end up happening to a certain way where like you're propelling who's ever on these teams to succeed, even if they move and shift teams in the next year or the next split. Actually, you know, it just happens consistently to the point where, you know, you don't really hear a lot of the casters talk about like the bottom tier teams unless it's in some sort of a negative way. But it makes sense because they're a bottom tier team, so they should be talked about in a negative way because they're playing really bad, obviously. But in terms of like actually telling a player's story, I think we need more player focused content actually, because without player focused content or anybody really talking about, you know, players in a meaningful way that it's going to last for a very long time, a lot of these storylines just kind of fall flat. You know, it's not even just with the cast or the LE. It's not even with just the LEC. The LCS has this issue too, which is like, why are there not like fucking documentary videos made about legendary players? Or like, why is there casters not talking about these new players as if like they would talk about a Doublelift, a Bjergsen, a Jensen, well, Tactical's not that good, but you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? Like a Someday. You have like most casters just focusing on the star name players, the big recognizable names, which is obviously fair because they deserve that because they've worked really hard to get that. But you have to tell the story of a lot of different players because everyone always says like a lot of these other players don't really have a lot of like fans. Well, the casters can help with that. That's what a caster does. The caster helps with that. That's the point. But if
yeah,
you
well, that's what I liked about those like esports story videos they did, which I mean,
oh, the
yeah,
drive ones that they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, again, like I respected like his accolades and what he did for the scene, but I really did not agree with like 95% of the shit Thorne said though. Like that another thing he just said, like, if you're not a star player in esports, you should just quit. There's no point. Oh, it's something that you love, you're making money, you're having fun now. Fuck off. Golden glue, fuck off. Stop being a journeyman, just God, you're a failure in life, go away. Or it's like, oh, and I hate these esports stories. Like, God, my life's miserable enough. I don't need to hear about their struggles. Oh, Matt moved all the way to Hawaii to play League of Legends. Yeah, he can move his ass back there. It's like, no, I don't like that shit. It was kind of funny hearing that, but no, I don't like that shit. Like, fuck. Like, it's dumb for many reasons, but no, I want to see more of that, with them that can help, obviously.
That's just me personally of what I would prefer about like what league casting lacks. And this is not just league casting. I'm talking about broadcast talent has this issue too. So I'm kind of I'm just mixing them both. Because people always say, well, because remember how Doublelift retired? Everyone was like, well, who's going to be the main hero of the LCS? None of you guys in the scene promoted anybody else outside of Jensen, Bjergsen, Doublelift, Someday, and maybe a few other people I'm not remembering right now. None of you tried to actively promote anybody else except for those probably like 7 players that I'm talking about right now. So when those players retire, it's like, well, who's going to be the main guy? Who's the face of the LCS?
Sorry, it still makes me sick in my stomach that Fire and Value never got teams. I just want to throw up.
Nobody was talking. Like, why not for like a broadcast segment or a casting segment that they could do is talk about, hey, here are the 5 newest prospects within the academies, fucking from
well, they did do that during like proving grounds and stuff. Just teams didn't give a shit because they're fucking hack GMs and shit. Like, no, if Immortals keeps going like winless like this, they should just blow up the roster like halfway through spring or like near the end of spring or like in summer. Just get value out of retirement, get fire, try some experiment like that for now, and then try something new next year. What's the point of just having fucking Power of Evil and Wild Turtle and Destiny on there? What the fuck? Like, I could at least understand Power Evil. What the fuck with Wild Turtle and Destiny? That's easily the worst bot. It was easily the worst ADC or the second worst last year. And Destiny was easily the worst fucking support.
It was, fucking awful. And dude, that's the thing is, that's one of my biggest,
like newbie or whatever.
Because that's like one of my biggest pet peeves is with the cast is I just want, because everyone always talks about there's no players that I could follow. I don't know their stories. That's what a caster does. If the casters aren't talking about the good and the bad, I'll say good and bad players because they're all really good being in competitive leagues. So what I'm talking about, guys, is these people broadcast those stories to the general public. So the average person who doesn't know these players' stories can get invested into them. If you don't do that, you will not know. That's why. Because everyone says, well, Bjergsen, Sneaky, Jensen are on the league. So who do we root for? That's the caster's fault because they don't tell you.
Yeah, like they have such a huge fan for Flawless, right? They have Kumo who just battled in for a job over fucking long-staying like legends, you could say, in the top lane. Yeah, Hunter Darshan, and he was a first overall pick. You can hype him up a bit as like a solid guy on a redemption tool. Jose Diodo has a huge fan base in Latin America. They keep coming to watch. He's called a hot prodigy. He has a high ceiling. Takuli, same thing. You see in chat all the time on Twitch chat. I've heard no stories
on Takuil, right?
Yeah, but he has a huge fan base. Literally, there's just all spam in chat every time he's there in FlyQuest games. And he's another hot prodigy. You can hype him up. Johnson and Afromu, the same bot lane from Dig. Like, there's a whole story you can make for FlyQuest they're doing nothing with. Yeah, and
Like, dude,
Afro,
even
he's 30
Afro
years old.
story.
He's the oldest player.
Afro and Wild Turtle have been playing every single split since like
Yeah.
2013. That's
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah, and also Stixay was like that for a bit until this
No
year.
one counts Stixay. He can be no, he can count anything. Just kidding. I was really like, oh, that sounds like an asshole. Holy shit.
Yeah, well, he was somehow playing till from like 2014 to now. But
that's the thing is, where's my stories at? Where's my content where I should care about what these guys are doing? And
like,
I know,
yeah, like besides
Johnson,
Johnson, there's 4 amazing stories right there on FlyQuest, and yet that
CLG,
their entire brand in general.
Dude, I know CLG sucks, and we'll talk about them later on because they're fucking trash. CLG contracts, Cloud9. He was on top of the world. They made top 8 of Worlds. They almost beat World Elite. He almost went to semifinals in his first year. He went to Golden Guardians. He started playing like complete dog shit. He was in Academy for a bit. He got his chance on EG.
He's sort of like a Gilius or whatever, but younger.
And then now he's on CLG and not played too well this week, but where's that storyline?
Yeah,
where's
I'm disappointed by contracts right now.
I told you
he'd be way better.
Good. I told you he wasn't good. I said he sucked.
No, I didn't think he was like great. I just thought he would be like, I thought he would be solid, like middle of the pack. But he's been just like, I don't understand when he was on 100 Thieves and EG and should have been the starter for both. He was playing great. What? Like I wasn't expecting. Whatever. I guess just because he like that whole CLG team just takes way too many risks. They're just inting their asses off. All of them besides Luger.
Some of the comments here were, this guy says, Caster's personal bias / personally invested in their team winning. Yeah, it's present during Worlds, PE, but I just want a whole lot more of that. And it goes both ways. The people that like it have a good time. The people that don't can just fuck off because their team is losing. Yeah, okay. That's a fair, weird assessment.
Yeah, wow.
Okay. I want to feel the exact emotion that I feel when I'm watching the World Cup finals and my team is winning or losing. I know it's not really comparable, but that for me is peak casting experience as a fan. Nothing else compares to that one moment when all hell breaks loose. To be fair, we've had moments like that when Captain Flowers was casting the KT Rollster versus IG series in 2018 World. That was peak. That's peak cast. Man, watching that moment live,
you need the list. Listen, again, you need the like. I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any YouTube clips of it, so you need to like record it and also get like the chat reaction. It's in Korean, but still, you need to record. Go on Twitch and record that reaction of the 2018 quarterfinals, Cloud9 versus Afrika, when Licorice stole the fucking Baron on Ornn, just punched it. Their reaction and everything was fucking.
Yeah, but what's crazy is we don't get stuff like that anymore on certain things. So here was the Captain Flowers IG man. Like, guys, watching this live. Sorry, I shut the audio. Sorry. Watching this live was one of the most amazing things I have ever fucking watched.
Yeah, look that and when he was at the end of the Cloud9 Afrika one.
It's gonna be a base race. Nexus turret number 1, taking down to half HP. KT looking to end it right here, right now. Ning taking down to half. It's Shy versus 7 base at the same time. Otto's gonna be taken very low. U-count barely gonna be kept alive. Score taking down to 1 corner. Smith nearly gonna be killed now as well. Def taken so low. The blade caller's not able to find him. Def goes to the killing spree. It's the Shy still in the base. It's KT looking to try to stay in and fight if they can. The Shy has made his way onto the inhibitor turret, onto the Nexus turret. They're gonna be taken down. KT still marching. It's a base race. The Shy's under the blue Nexus. KT's under the red. Who's gonna win? The Shy will not. And KT takes
man.
4. Holy crap!
Yeah. And that's why you can't replace Captain Flowers. There's some you just can't replace.
Buff on KT roster still are in World.
Wow. Just like, I remember watching this live and my whole fucking body was like, oh my god, what the fuck I just watched. And then I remember like in 2018 when Cloud9 faced Afrika, they beat them 3-0. I was almost teared up. I was like, holy shit. They're going to semifinals. And then after that,
yeah.
After that,
incredible.
G2 takes out RNG. Like, there was not enough. That was probably the best single day of League of Legends I have ever watched in my life, because Cloud9 struggling so many years to finally get into top 4. They always faced a Korean team and they always lost to them. And then they finally got over their hump. They finally made it to semifinals of Worlds. Then G2, a team that was pretty fucking bad throughout 2018, upset RNG, who was supposed to win Worlds that year, right? So there was just not enough words to describe like that whole day of League. Like that was single-handedly one of the best of the League ever. I don't think that could ever be replaced. I don't think it's something possible, but that was just amazing. So, yeah, got a little carried away right there. But yeah, I think...
No, that's fine. But so, yeah, I mean, I think if they combine just Flowers with, like, the old EU casters from, like, last year or, like, 2019 that they had, I think that would be the best cast and desk for a game, in my opinion.
This guy says, you guys should focus on laning phase more. Don't pan over junglers fighting camps. You probably don't have control over Observer, I'm sure. Mid lane and top lane mistakes happen, and we don't even see why someone is falling behind or what they're doing to get a lead. Not that right there is not true. They actually visibly explain to you why they're falling behind.
Yeah, and you can see it on the lower part of it. They talk about it. You can.
That's not an issue.
And they do show it, actually. They do show, like...
People like this.
Yeah, what the fuck? They do show it. They show it enough. They don't like do it on 24/7. That would make the game boring and for casuals. Like they
talk
do.
about what they talk about why a player. They talk about why a player gets behind. You're deaf? This guy's
deaf. No, this person's fucking Ray Charles. Holy shit.
Okay, this guy says talk about mechanics. I do not mean flaming the players for playing a situation bad. I just feel like we don't always hear a comparison of what the intended play. They do this. This is just not true. They do this all the time. You're deaf. That guy's retarded. Okay, that guy's fucking stupid. Two main things I really missed. The Deficio Crepa arrow. I like that. That was a really good arrow, actually. Where they micro-analyze pro players' moves, decisions, matchups, and even builds, and straight up trash talk when they make complete mistakes, but also make insane predictions at exactly what minute/item a team fight go. They still do this, but I agree with you on the first part. They don't do the micro-analyzing anymore because the micro-analyzing just comes off as nitpicky. I mean, I liked it for when Deficio and Crepo did it because they made it entertaining, but I don't want to see that happen from a lot of different people because it's just gonna come off as nitpicky. Like, I personally don't care why a person didn't walk a certain way at minute 15. I don't give a shit. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying. It just won't honestly mean anything at that point. Swearing, casters not holding back, just speak your truths. If
they do.
They actually
have.
These people's criticisms fucking stink. Like, thank you guys for improving what we could get. Maddie Evans says, I've thought about this quite a bit and haven't come up with anything. Your team could do better, especially when you are casting. Wait, you said you couldn't come up with anything. The team could do better. You're one of the greats, and this is proof that you're always...
What is this comment?
But this isn't a comment. You said they're doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, wait, with anything your team... Haven't come up with anything your team could do better. What? And also, bitch, they do that all the time for G2 because they fucking stroke the G2's dick all the time. Shut the fuck up.
Explanations about why certain champions counter others. I feel like I hear X champion is good into Y a lot without a good explanation as to why. Okay, dude, I'll be honest here. I'm not trying to hear a 30-minute explanation about that all the time.
Yeah, like you just have to learn that yourself.
If you can't see why Jace into Aurelia is a counterpick for Aurelia, you're just stupid. Like, you are just stupid. I'm sorry. If you...
Yeah, this is why League is something like golf. You just have to, like, learn it over time.
Like, if you can't understand... Like, if I'm in drafting phase and I'm in, round 1 of the drafting phase, or like the first rotation of champions, if I pick TF and the enemy counterpicks me with Yasuo, if you can't understand why Yasuo severely hard counters TF, you're stupid. You are just stupid. If you can't understand that on your own base level, a caster shouldn't be able to help you with that because you're just not gonna understand. It's just how that works. So the viewer is just meant to accept the fact rather than understanding the matchup. It's not about understanding the matchup. You're just stupid. It's super simple shit. It's literally simple shit. Last weekend, Adazale used an in-game example of when you need to just get carried and not die to tell people in solo queue to stop running it down. As a fan and a player, it made me so happy that he would use his platform to try and help the community. That's a nice one too. Like, telling the general audience, like in their games, like what would be the appropriate language to communicate, because I'm not saying just go straight up and yell at people, guys. What I'm saying is like there's a certain way you probably talk to people you've never met to get them to kind of understand what you're trying to say, because everyone's trying to win. League is a decently stressful game when you're trying to win in a really close game. I understand it, but there's a way you have to convey what you're saying, what you're talking about, in order to get the best out of your team. That I can agree with, actually. This lady says, I'd love realism if the match I love realism. I'd love realism if the match is boring. Then I want to be known if someone does something absolutely stupid, call it out. I know some casters do it, but hyping up non-hype plays is very noticeable. That's what a broadcast does. I mean, that's not anything bad.
Like what? Okay, so if it's like oh my god, what the fuck? What is this person saying? It's like what
don't fake as if something is a good play just to do it. But that's what
they don't fake if something's a good play. They just try to make the game more exciting in areas by like I don't get what this person's saying. No, they did a decent job at like it for the casual viewers. Like they do pick out when like something's a bad play. Just like if a game overall is going something like that, then they just try to. Most of it, sometimes they don't, but most of it just depends on the situation. Like we had the Immortals versus GG game last year, like one of the first of the season, where it was just like a long game. Them like keep trying to like make plays and then reversing it, teleporting and stuff, and it was honestly kind of poor on both sides for the most part. But they tried hyping it up by saying like it's bunch of both teams like outmaneuvering each other, strategizing, like, and as both teams being unexperienced, quote unquote, even though both of them were kind of fucking experienced. They're idiots. They weren't rookies. They're like 23. Fucking great rebuild, Golden Guardians and Immortals. But anyway, but yeah, they tried saying that, and then it ended with like just Golden Guardians back door, and then one of them was like, "Oh, this is a top 5 game of the season. I don't care. It's like, oh, you're not experienced. I don't care. Play experience. Oh, this was great." It's like. Yeah, but actually the level of game there was actually kind of poor. But, they tried hyping it up like, oh, that's fine. But, like, so they do that stuff, but they still point out, like, individual bad plays by, like, players majority of the time. And they still sometimes point out that a game just is, like, nothing's happening. It's just like, another 5 minutes till Baron. Well, like, it just depends on the situation. Like, this comment's stupid. It's a caster's job to try to hype it up. Like, oh, you want them to just sit there and eat fucking cheesies as nothing's happening?
I hate cheeses are disgusting. What the fuck? No, but I get your point. It's like, even if it's a bad team, you still have to praise them when they do something well. I mean, what do you want to do? Oh, they did something well. Oh, your team still fucking sucks. You guys are gonna win shit.
CLG, like, that disaster. Broxa and Broxa, Finn, Poe Belter still did the odd like good moves. They're praising them, and kept talking about like their record book that, and also Wild Turtle and Smoothie, so they weren't shying away by like how bad they were. They were just, trying to make it more enjoyable, or like trying to make it seem like they had a chance against top teams. Yeah,
because even if it's a not good team, you still have to fucking hype them up to a certain extent when they're playing. Because the thing though, everyone says, why are you guys so harsh on the lower tier teams? But the general audience knows they're not good. They know they're not going to win shit.
Yeah,
but
do you want them? That SK like Vitality game where their Vitality just ints under the turret, and they got SK got like 4 kills and were come back.
Oh, we'll talk about that.
So you want them to just not be like, okay, yes, this is what I want to see. They're coming back. Want them to just be like, misplay by Vitality, whatever. They'll end the game soon anyway. No chance. Like, what the fuck?
This person says team goals based on comps. He says they don't want to fight here because their team comp prefers X unless they can find a choke point / catch, etc. Also scaling differences. X champ is ahead here, but they don't really come online until +3 items. Just more game knowledge, really. God, my God, like these people won't want the broadcast to be just like boring as fuck. You do stuff like this all the time. That's about to be boring as fuck.
And they do it just in bits. They're not going to do it 24/7. That'll be boring.
Oh, Matthew Torres, what's up, man? How you doing, dude? Okay, so now let's go. Okay, so this is my closing statement on this. I this is all I prefer. I just wish if like the broadcast desk, the analyst desk, and the casting people, that whoever's on a cast could just like tell the stories of the players, not like the full thing. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm saying is like just bring up these players more in the conversation. You know, I get it's easy to talk about like the legendary players in the leagues. I get it. But if you want to build up these players to have names that fans can recognize, you gotta talk about these
Yeah,
guys.
like
You
I
have
just
to
gave
do
you
it.
4 great stories. Well, even 5 because I think Johnson's
Luger,
reuniting with
proving grounds.
Havermill.
Nobody picks people out of fucking proving grounds. Luger and Poom were chosen out of fucking proving grounds. Luger is actually pretty
No,
darn
Luger
good.
was choosing out of fucking Turkey.
Oh goodness, you know, or just things like that. That's just all I prefer. To be fair, when I have the LCS broadcast going, when I get home from work, I just put it on my second monitor over here. I just have it going. I just listen. I'll still look, obviously, and pay attention. But I think, to be fair, I really think they do a really good job as it is. I wouldn't really, because that's the thing. I really wouldn't be going around asking these basic dumbass motherfuckers who don't really actually know what the fuck I'm talking about what they would want more, because they don't know what they want. They don't. Like, a lot of people say they want more of this shit, and then even if they got it, they still would find a way to bitch and moan about it. It would be another thing they just bitch and moan about. Honestly, that's why I said, you know, like it's okay to ask sometimes what the general audience wants or your casual viewers, but a lot of times you gotta just take all that shit with a grain of salt. Personally, there's just not a real reason to really like. I'm not saying their opinions are invalid, but it's like your opinion kind of is invalid in terms of making a better quality product. Remember, it has to be an entertainment product. It can't just be a super analytical thing, because not a lot of people want to hear super analytical shit. I like hearing super analytical shit. I do, honestly, but I'm not everybody, and you're not everybody. People have to factor in you as a person want so many different things. It's not going to be something that everybody else is going to want, actually. But those are my final points on that. Sean, you have anything else you want to say about this? Actually, of what they could possibly improve, honestly?
Oh yeah, stop having EU bias. Yeah, I mean it's true. Stop fucking sucking off EU all the time.
Lord.
Yep.
Just specific teams or specific players?
Oh no, specific casters doing it, just
Okay.
to everyone. But I mean, mostly, and also in the LEC, stop sucking off G2. I swear to God, it's like fucking not 9 other teams. It's like if their player, like I made a tweet about it. If their players like get out of a bunch of shit, barely live, and then they get hit by like an arrow from across the map or a Jinx rocket, they'll be like, so close or something like that, and or no, they'll be like, whoa, nice shot. But then it's like if it's a G2 player that barely lives and then gets hit by it, they'll be like, no. It's like, just shut the fuck up. Shut up. All right, stop. We know you're biased for G2. We know you're fucking biased for EU at Worlds in any international event. Just shut the fuck up. Try to at least pretend like you aren't, or like the Korean casters aren't. All right, like stop.
Oh my god. Okay, for me personally, I get you're gonna have some inherent bias for whatever region you are in, whatever region you root for, right? In terms of like, because this mostly only happens at international events. But to be fair, like if they generally are the better team, then it would make sense, right?
Yeah,
but
no. Well, number one, EU. Oh, hey Tony. But no, number one, EU isn't a majority of the time, and secondly, no. NA casters are not biased. Korean casters are not biased. Chinese casters are a bit. It's mostly just EU.
I wouldn't say they're blind. I wouldn't say they're what's the word you just used? I wouldn't say they're that. I would say they're blind to when they're doing bad, because that one of the LPL casters,
and I'm blind to when they're doing good.
Yeah. So like, I would say the LPL casters are blind to when they're doing bad. Like last year, take for example, remember the LPL in week 2 of Worlds 2020 were playing really, really bad, like egregiously bad. The LPL casters on Twitter were like, no, they didn't play too bad. They got top. They all got like, they all made it out of their groups. That doesn't mean shit. Do we see the actual gapeplay these guys are putting on?
I guess not. Yeah,
really bad.
Like apparently Kobe's Homo Life team wasn't playing bad. No.
They're like, well, you know, Orange, because one of the guys, he was like, yeah, RNG made it out of the group at, you know, first place. EDG made it out second place, and LNG got knocked out, but that was to be expected. That's not what they were saying a few days ago before they got knocked out. That's that tune changed quick.
Like, no, I thought RNG should have made finals because they actually, as badly as they were playing, the teams for some reason that year were just regressed so badly that they were actually the second best team, and they literally just lost the series against EDG from draft diff. But they were playing bad in their groups. Like, shut up. And also, LNG, honestly, outside of Icon, they were actually playing great, and they didn't give them the credit. They actually should have made it out instead.
Like, I genuinely thought LNG could have made, because that'd have been crazy to imagine that. Fucking 4 LPL teams and all the LCK teams in the top 8. Holy shit.
Well, that's how it should have been, but, well, besides the one, you know.
It's one of these things where, like, I just don't like when casters are just blind to their region doing bad. Like, the LPL were clearly playing bad.
They were blind to Mad Lions doing bad. Like, no, they were the worst team in the group. They got out of pure luck and because of Icon. And they got dick stomped.
Just fucking shut off and shit.
EU was worse than NA at World. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, no, not even Mad Lions versus Rogue for the LEC 2021 Spring Split Finals. Remember? Rogue literally threw so hard. They got on their fucking knees and just let Mad Lions dick just gape them or throat fuck them. Yeah. Mad Lions, Rogue should have at least won one title last year. One.
Mm-hmm.
They threw so hard. They had a 10,000 gold lead. They had Baron. They were on the inhibitor turrets at that point. You know how hard you have to throw to actually lose that kind of game? You probably have to make like 5 individual mistakes a minute for Mad Lions to come back, right? But you didn't see people going like, yeah, Mad Lions really, because that's the one rare time the UCasters were like, yeah, Mad Lions really shouldn't have won that. Rogue should have won that. Do that. At least it doesn't matter if Mad Lions won. The point is like, at least you're admitting they really, it's like you're not blind to the fact that they really should have lost the series. That's all I'm saying, Just admit they really shouldn't have won the series and that Rogue through. That's fine. That tells me you're not blind. You're just acting stupid, Or we have this because we have the LEC 2022 Spring Split week 5 will actually be on. So yeah, this week for the LEC, yeah, guys, Astralis actually almost won some games. Not because they're 0-9. Hey guys, Rogue is 9-0, Astralis is 0-9.
They choked that one game, definitely.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be. So yeah. Oh, actually, I want to go over something about Astralis in just a moment. But yeah, Astralis this week almost won 2 games. They have their twit longer that I'm going to cover in just a moment here. I don't know anymore. Team BDS, SK Gaming, and Astralis are dog shit. If this week doesn't show you that they're dog shit, I don't know what else to tell you. I don't
think they're good. I'm just saying they're like a low C tier compared to others.
All bad teams, man.
If it wasn't for X Maddie, then they would be better, but
Excel and Rogue finally defeated G2 and Fnatic in a regular season BO1. Yay! Excel got their W. They played a bit better.
I hope they don't make playoffs.
Like I've said before here, guys. Excel and Misfits are competing for that 6th playoff spot.
What do you mean Mad Lions might miss?
You think Mad Lions might miss? Okay.
They could. I'm not saying they will.
So you have Mad Lions. They're so, all their gameplay is so sloppy. Like Kaiser has not looked that good. Oloye's not looked as good as last year. Armut is like kind of like their Armut and Unforgiven are like their only really good players. Reeker is just awful. Reeker just sucks. I'm sorry, he's just bad.
I think he'll get better over time.
I hope because right now he looks like he's like one of the worst. Is he worse than Dejor? They're on the same level to me.
No, he's not.
Then you have Misfits, Schlatten.
And he's better than Shurtis. Come on. And he's better than Nuke Duck.
You're picking out all the good players right there to be better than, dude.
Yeah. Well, what? Yeah, he's not better than Nuclear Int, though. I'll say that. And then I would put Nuclear Int there. I actually don't mind Nuclear Int.
Misfits, Schlatten actually played pretty decent this week, actually. VTO's looked a bit better. VTO just keeps kind of ramping up each week.
VTO looks fire.
Neon and Mersa are like are one of the worst bot lanes.
No,
The
actually,
bot
Neon
lane,
has actually been showing up, I'd say.
no, I think he's very underwhelming. Mersa is just bad. They have
Well,
a
he's been
really
doing his
underwhelming bot
job,
lane.
and I think he's been doing it great.
He's been playing Leona as like a suicide bomb, just running in and just blowing up. That's what he's doing. Shalatan, I think, has been doing fine. Herit is kind of coming into form recently.
I think all four of those are doing fine. I think they should just replace like Mersa with Advian.
Misfits would actually do that, because guys, I'm being honest here. If you like Misfits, that's cool, but Mersa's bad. I'm sorry, he sucks. Like, these players in this spring split are like, I get it. It's like some of these players, first time. I understand, but I gotta call out bad stuff when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
And the bot lane of Misfits, Neon and Mersa are just so underwhelming. They're not. You can't do anything with their bot lane. It's just bad. It's just so unlaughably bad. Like, Team Vitality. Honestly, I think Perks has had a pretty good start to the split so far. I think Perks has did pretty well for these first 4 weeks of gameplay.
Yeah, people are gonna like still like think about his like first 2 or 3 games of the split when they were all playing, when they lost those 3 and they were all playing back because he died a lot, got ganked a lot. But outside of that, he's honestly been better than Alfari and Selfmade, in my opinion, and Karzi and Labrov. I think he's actually been the best.
He's at, like, no one's talked about this. I think Perks has played pretty well these past 4 weeks. I think he's looked fine, honestly.
And also another thing you have to pay attention is, listen, he died a lot on well, not a lot, but a good amount on like Cloud9 and Vitality right now compared to the other 8 players at that time. But what they're not paying it, we're fucking thinking about is how much he gets fucking ganked in his lane. Gets ganked a shit ton.
Matthew says Mad Lions is suffering from Humanoid's departure. Whew. Yeah, you can see that. Like, Humanoid was a big proponent of how they actually played the game, and man, I don't know if Reeker's gonna be it, man. I'm not seeing it right now. He was basically a sort of Niski for a Loye, so he can go a bit more aggro. I just want to see if Rogue can finally not choke in playoff after being monsters in regular season. Yeah,
I think they will finally.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. I was gonna bring up that exact same thing. What's up, Chaz? How you doing, man? Yeah, Team Vitality is paying for their 3 losses. Yeah, that week 1 blunder of 3 losses in a row it's hurting them right now. Not because they're playing truly bad. It's just
it's like they're 5-1 if you take those out.
And then, so yeah, Team Vitality, honestly, they have not looked that bad. Honestly, they defeated who they played this week. Actually, I think they took out fuck me in my ass. Hold on, give me a sec. They actually defeated what I'm doing, it's right here. What the fuck am I saying?
Yeah. We need to go over that amazing FlyQuest versus CLG game.
That was actually really entertaining, honestly.
Yeah, but a fucking clown.
Yeah, Vitality, they beat Misfits and they defeated Astralis. But these were some sloppy games from them. I'll say that. Those weren't really convincing games, to be fair, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, I do think that they're better than what they're showing. I'll say this right now. When it comes to playoff time, that's not a team you probably want to face in playoffs. That seems like a scary team to face in playoffs. I'm just saying, just how I personally see them right now. I think Karzi and Labrov, another kind of underwhelming bot lane I'm getting here. You know, there's some really underwhelming bot lanes in Europe right now that they just really don't do anything. They're just they're not even role players. They're just there to lose, essentially. I don't know what their goal is for some of these bot lanes that some of these teams have. Like Karzi and Labrov, they're not that good. Their synergy is off. The way they lane is off. The way they fight together is off. Like Patrick and Mickey X, I have to let that bot lane kind of grow for a little bit more because they literally just got Mickey X. Team BS's bot lane is just shit. Like, there's nothing there. SK Gaming's bot lane was Jesus and Treats should be way better than most of these guys right now because they already had that inbuilt synergy from last spring split. They should be way better than what we're showing. Treats, when I show you what I'm gonna show you right now, oh my god, yikes. And Astralis, well, I mean, that kind of writes itself, right? Honestly, right there. Sean was actually right. Targamas is really good. I hadn't seen him in a long time. I thought he's probably gonna come back and be okay. He's good. Targamas is great. I like him. He's good. Good player right there.
I would actually say He's been the
the
best.
G2 bot lane, is not the issue with the team. That's crazy to think about. That's honestly insane.
No, I knew he would be top 2. I didn't think he would be number 1, but he actually has been, because I had Kaiser number 1, but he's been not doing great right now, so I would have him at number 4 for the moment, but he can go back to top 2 later on, and then I would have Trimby number 3, Hillesane number 2, then I would probably have I would have Treats 5 or 6, and then the other 5 or 6 would be maybe, I mean, the obvious answer would be Vitality, Labrov, but I don't know about that.
The thing here, dude, with G2, because guys, I would love if G2 win the spring split. You know how happy I'd be? I'd be doing backflips butt naked. But
I think they have the highest ceiling out of all the teams.
From their gameplay, you can see that they have a really good, from gameplay alone, by how they move around the map and how they actually play the game, it looks like they could potentially win or even make finals, right? But if Caps keeps having games like he's been having, he's just he's just not looking as good. Yankos and Broken Blade have been a great top side. I'll say this. I don't think they'll live and die by Caps, because you can't. Cap just dies. You don't really live and die.
Yeah,
just dies right
that's
now.
The thing, that whole them being number 1 and winning the split or summer split is all dependent on Caps if he returns to form at least a good amount.
Yeah,
because he's always been grossly overrated. But as long as he plays up to at least the level of sorry, what's his name again? Sorry, I lost my
LEC.
No, sorry, the name of Humanoid, I would say, because I would have Larson number 1, so Humanoid second, as long as he plays at till least that level, or just a tad bit behind Humanoid, then I would say, yeah, they have the ceiling to be number 1.
So for me with Fnatic, so guys, Fnatic has looked kind of bad, honestly. So this is the thing, with their amount of players, you're gonna win most games because their players are just better than most of the players.
I swear to God, if you roll swap Niski, their jungle, or top, they would have a better team. Roll swap him the jungle. Come on. Lord.
It's one of these things
I would take that over Razork.
It's one of these things where people said, "Oh my God, you're being too hard on Razork. He played like shit." I'm sorry. He was really good last year. I loved Razork last year. He looked awesome. This is the thing with Fnatic. Fnatic draft and play the same every single fucking year. Early game impactful scaling jungler, early game impactful mid laner, scaling bot lane, tank top laner. It's like they already know they already kind of know how they're gonna draft and what they're gonna pick right before they even get on the stage. I don't know how to really explain it to the point where a lot of people could understand what I'm saying, but that's the best way I can actually explain it. This team will win a lot of games simply because they just have better players in most positions than other people. Not jungle. Their Razork is playing pretty darn fucking bad right now. He's been running it down hard. Now, I think Humanoid has not had the best split right now. And them being in second place right now, tied with G2, is kind of an understatement to how they're actually playing the game. I think Ups and Hillesane could still be the best bot lane. Right now, that is probably reserved for Comp and Trimby. I think they're the best bot lane right now playing, but this is a thing that I don't really know what kind of style Fnatic wants to play the game around. Are they going to play through? Is Humanoid going to have the same impact on Fnatic as he had on Mad Lions? I don't know that. Because right now in their gameplay, they're not showing that. Wonder looked good in week 1, but he's kind of not showed anything based around that. You were thinking after week 1, after that Gragas outplay, yeah, Wonder's coming back, man. Storylines, no, he's a WoW player and he definitely trumped that over. Nope, he's not look good either. But that's the thing.
I think he's been solid for his job. It's just being a weak side top. He isn't going to carry you the game. He's been just doing fine there as a weak side guy.
Stint Hoy, what's up? Stint V Hoy? Oh, I don't know if you're new here, but I'm glad to finally have you come to the streams. Thank you, man. Stint V Hoy says, I would never say that Caps was always overrated. That's just not true. He was number 1 mid in EU for 3 years straight. Destroyed Nemesis, for example. Famous Syndrome versus Corki. Yeah, I don't think Caps was ever
I
overrated.
wouldn't agree with that. And
Like,
I don't mean regionally. All
I think
right,
single-handedly, he was the best
regionally,
player in EU for a long time.
regionally, he was always at least tied for number 1. Yes, I mean, I'm talking about internationally mostly.
Hey, he had that one series against Gen G where he completely styled on him.
Yeah, but no, he really was mixed all the time internationally outside of the odd plays. But people always overrated him, saying he's like being the best fucking mid lane. And he was probably like the worst. Like in 2018, he was honestly probably like the worst or like 7th out of 8th in like the top 8 bracket outside of the odd play.
So now we have Roger 9-0. Like this, and this is the thing with Rogue, as what Matthew brought up earlier in the.
And also, I always thought Perks was better. Like Caps has better mechanics, but Perks was a better player.
So Matthew brought up earlier about Rogue choking it right now, and a lot of people have been bringing that up too. Is like, oh well, Rogue are doing it right now, but like if they don't win a fucking trophy, then it all doesn't matter. Yes, to some extent that is also true, but people got to understand this: regular season is not playoffs, and obviously vice versa. But this is the thing: is there's such a limited window of time that you can win a trophy in any sport ever. You know, like if they don't win a trophy potentially this split, I think that like what happens? Because, you know, last year they should have at least won a trophy, or maybe both, honestly. Maybe they could have won both last year. There's that one time they actually could have went to Worlds, but you know, Larson on Corki threw himself in and then he killed himself and he threw that series away. They've managed to rebound their roster several different times, and it's come out as one of the top teams in a regular season for the LEC. Honestly, it's one of the more interesting things when you want to think about it, because they've had all these like roster shifts, they've had all these playstyle shifts, and they just have been a strong team in BO1s in regular seasons. You know, but if you can't translate that, you know, to actual titles ever, like I don't know. There's something obviously wrong with the team if you can't like translate any of their success in regular seasons to trophies. I'm sorry. They're playing like the best team right now in the LEC. They pretty much right now, by how all the players are playing, have the best players, right? So they should, by all accounts, win the LEC 2022 Spring Split. And if they win the Spring Split, I'm not surprised. They played like the best team in the regular season. And right now, there's even the conversation of like, can they even go 18-0 right now in the split? Based off how Europe is playing, they could go 18-0. It's possible. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying it's definitely possible given how they're playing right now. They finished the first round robin at 9-0. I really don't think by how any other team is playing right now, they can actually stop them. Coming up this week, they face Astralis and Misfits. They're going to start 11. Let's be honest, they're going to start 11-0. Come on. Like, they're facing Misfits who are not that good. They play like shit. Astralis is literally garbage. Let's be honest here. Astralis is literally trash. Like, Rogue has a free week right there. Congrats, Rogue. You're going 11-0. So that's my thing right there, is they're playing like the best team. They have the best read on the meta. Malrong is the best jungler right now. A lot of people say, "Oh my goodness, oh my god, what? His ganks suck, and he can't talk to his teammates properly." Okay, doesn't matter anything.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to go watch those like comms Cloud9 just released. I want to see how their conversations were.
And that's the thing here is Malrong has been the best jungler. Ottawamne has one of the best weak side top laners right now in the LEC. Larson's actually played really well. Comp to me is the best ADC right now. He's played really, really amazing. Trimby is also looking really good. One of the best supports right now in the LEC. Rogue definitely are the best team right now. There's no question about it. Can teams like Mad Lions, G2, and Fnatic catch up to them? I don't know right now, because it seems like Rogue know how they want to play the game by the players they have, because the players on their team are willing to try out and do different things and sacrifice. You know, if the other teams like Mad Lions, G2, and Fnatic can kind of figure out what is the absolute way we want to try to play the game and what we want to pick in certain compositions, or how we want to move around the map, or who we want to direct all the resources to, or which lane we're going to play through, I think that's all fine. But will that really happen in the next like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have essentially 3 weeks left until the regular season is over for the LEC. So that's just me personally right now. Rogue is the best team. I'm pretty sure you guys all agree with that. I mean, looking at their gameplay, they are the best team. And Malrong is the best jungler right now. If anybody says otherwise, you're probably on crack. All right, so some of the games I want to go over for you guys was SK
Can
Gaming
you go back to the standings? Actually, just wanted to check something.
Fuck you.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to remind myself all the junglers. Just double check. Actually, I would say he's barely number one right now, but I would say Yankos is just barely behind him and can easily overtake him soon because I just think Yankos is still the overall better jungler.
Kofta, how you doing, man? How you doing, dude? I haven't seen you in a while, man. C9 is winning worlds. Okay, bye. Oh God.
Well. So I was about to ask if he wanted to join, but then he just says K-bot. You just came just to say that.
That's like my dad, dude. Came into my life a few times and just left. Matthew says Malrang's communication issues make it even more impressive. He's basically walking blindfolded if you think about it. Yeah, it's not even that. The way his play style completely fits how the team has been working. And to be fair, people have said, well, if they shift the meta around and this volatile play style doesn't work, can he be as good? Well, who knows? You can't talk about that right now because that's not happening. I have to see that happen to see it play out personally. Will he have by how he's playing right now, if they ever change the jungle meta to the point where you're playing different champions like, I don't know, Sejuani, fucking Gragas jungle, champions like that, Elise maybe, we'll have to see. I think he'll be able to do it, honestly. All right, so we have some games I want to show you guys here. SK Gaming versus Astralis. I think this was one of the worst games I've ever seen in my life. Well, this was the game they actually ran it down the bot lane. Looking at this disgusting level of trash, holy shit. How did Astralis lose this game is beyond me. So SK Gaming are thinking to themselves, you know what? I would really, really like to, get off work early today. I want to just go home and just fucking have my wife just blow me really hard. Look how bad they played.
No, you mean have my wife get out the strap on is what they're saying.
Basically, SK Gaming are like, you know what? I'm going to get off work early today. My wife is going to pull out her big fat black dildo and shove it right up my bright pink asshole.
Like they literally just walked up like, hey, you want a free advantage? Sure, here you go.
This is the thing, dude. It's like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is the match of the week right here. This is match of the week material right here.
This just reminds me of NA. Hey, you can have free soul. You can have free Baron. Hee smiley face. I love NA.
And dude, when I'm watching this game, I'm thinking to myself, Astralis actually lost this game when SK Gaming's bot lane literally walked into them and gave them that huge of an advantage. That is disgusting. How do you lose?
I'm sorry. I know people think that Dator has actually been playing really good, and under the circumstances, you're only paying attention to his like one-on-one fights with people. You're not paying attention to literally anything else.
One-on-one fights, he looks fine.
Yeah, and that was why they got him, because they thought, like his one-on-one and lane and stuff was really good, had good mechanics there. It's like, yeah, but literally everything else that a mid laner needs to do, and under the circumstances that Astralis puts him in, with everybody else being like more support players, he's been terrible. Or you're not paying attention to everything else that a mid needs to do majority of the time.
It's things like this that tell me they're not like incompetent at making plays. Things like this tell me they know how to play. Like, you can't tell me a bad team wouldn't do stuff like this. They would do anything. They just kind of sit there and lose. If you're doing stuff like this, that kind of tells me, okay, they have some small semblance of how they want to play the game.
No, they have not been playing terrible. All right.
It's just not been coming together for them. But this week, it was like, okay, could they actually win 2 games? No, because here, I'll show you how this last team fight played out, and it's made me want to fucking gouge my damn eyes out. Okay, so I think it was this part right here. Yeah, so right here, Zandra just kept getting kicked in by Gilius. Gilius just kept outplaying Zandra the more the game actually went on. And then, Gilius just kept on outplaying Zanzara in every single team fight. Past about 15 minutes, quote unquote. White Knight had a pretty good couple of games where he was standing out pretty hard, actually.
I don't get
SK
with White Knight. Like, one game he's like the best weak side person in the world, and then another game he's the worst weak side person in the world, where he literally just gives up his whole fucking turret in under like 8 minutes. This guy is weird.
Gilius on Lee Sin in this game was saving SK Gaming with his kick flashes. Like, oh my god.
I'm sorry. I think Gen X has been bad this split. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't let Warren hear that. Warren's gonna be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I predicted it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Gen X has not been good.
I'm sorry. I love Treats, and I think Gilius shouldn't have been replaced on SO4, whatever team he was, and I think he's still solid. It's just more of a team thing. And I think Gen X is still LEC material, but sorry, Gilius isn't very good. Gen X isn't very good, and Jezu I hate, and Certis I hate.
Oh my lord, Sean just hates people. This is horrible.
I'm sorry, like Warren kept saying, well, you don't believe in SK, they have Treats. It's like, okay, look at the rest of their team now and look at the rest of the league.
Yeah, Treats wasn't the reason why I didn't think they'd be good, because I think and it's crazy that he's not been playing good either. He's played bad himself.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Honestly. It's like when they said, well, you don't think XO can make playoffs or something. It's like, maybe now they can, but I just said, again, it would be barely 60, because, again, look at the rest of the league. Like, I'm sorry. Nuke Duck isn't very good. Finn was like the carry on that dog shit CLG team and rock solid. But again, look at the rest of the tops in the league. Marcoon's very good. Patrick's very good, but still.
And then you have this game, Rogue versus XL. Nuke Duck playing the Sona mid. I don't think this team needs to be trying compositions like that. I'm just saying it right now. They're not going to play
Nuke Duck on
like
Sona?
That.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, no, just keep this guy in like Corgi for the rest of the season, all right?
It's one of these things where like a team like XL is not going to pull off a composition like that. It's just not. Like, I get it's a meta strategy. You have to play the best stuff. I get it, but they're not going to be a team that can play Sona mid.
This is actually just something CLG would try to do with their fucking has-been roster last year.
Oh my god. And you guys know, Rogue beats the shit out of them, essentially. And then after that, you have G2 versus BDS. This was one of the worst top lane games I have ever seen. Holy motherfucker.
Oh, this was fire.
This is quality top lane play that Team BDS was buying from Fnatic. Yeah. Holy shit.
Karma, so, yeah. You get carried to Worlds by upset, then he sadly has to leave because of an emergency. Then you literally make up blatant lies because you're acting like a triggered baby kid.
Okay,
and it so there's death threats to his fucking wife. And now the next split, you can't even fucking hold your own. This is easily the worst fucking top lane game I've ever seen in LEC in a while. Holy fuck. This is like a Villion, a Cillion. Remember him on Winter Fox, a Cillion? This is that bad. Holy fuck.
So I'll explain to you guys why this is bad, actually. So Jace obviously counters Aurelia early on because he has range, he can poke, he can all in to her, he can obviously knock her out of her abilities. A decently really hard counter right now, obviously. So looking at this, Adam really shouldn't even be right there, actually. That's not even a place you want to be. So they obviously figure out where he is, and then he dies right here.
Thumbs up, baby. Nice thumbs up.
Good job, Adam. He dies right here. And this one is like, okay. Like, I don't know why you flashed. You weren't getting out of there no matter what, but sure. I don't know why you flashed. Makes one of the worst top
got that tourist shot down. Hell yeah.
And then after that, he TP's back. Okay. And then he knows Jace is there. He knows
he's at full health, basically, and that he counters him.
Goes and tries to walk up to him, takes 2 autos, takes 3
autos. He should have left right here. Why didn't he leave here? What the fuck is he doing?
Why'd you walk? Ah! So bad! Look how bad this is! It's horrible! This was one of the worst top lane plays I've ever seen.
He didn't even have to flash.
This was one of the worst top lane decisions.
I really wish we had the face cams here. Why? I want to see the face cams of his teammates.
His teammates just going like, man, this guy, is he on drugs? Is that guy an actual hardcore?
Yeah,
Man, you
no,
could just
luckily,
tell.
Flockett was like, hey, I'll just,
Well, this is
no,
the thing.
that was
You
kind
could
of a,
tell.
wait, did Target Moss already eat him up? Did he not have that ability?
I don't remember. It was down because he did it before they came.
Okay, because I was about to say.
Because, like, could you imagine the face cams of the people going like, man, is my top laner, like, on crack?
Mhm.
What is going on with this dude?
Yeah, and then also you can't see it in
Not
the
even that.
highlights, but he was literally,
Look at the state of the game.
then
Before that, look at the state of the game. He has 0 CS.
yes, and it goes on for longer. You can't see it in this highlight video, sadly, but it was like at a point where it's literally like 30 CS to 0. He was just like outside there, couldn't do anything.
Look at this. At 3 minutes into the game, he died more times than before minions even spawned. Factor that in. He died
so I just want to remember the people who didn't watch LCS at the time. I'm gonna give you a little story about Asilion. So this guy's brother was like Helix or whatever his name was, Helios. I believe they were brothers at least, or like friends or teammates or something. Like got them to like put him on Winter Fox with like Poe Belter, I think it was, and other players. Yeah, they called him like some Korean prodigy. No one knew what to make of it. Had moderate expectations. This was literally like that fake that Bishop Sycamore football team.
Yeah,
that was literally the Legends equivalent of that. That guy was literally like a silver player. He got on the team because of his brother, and then his brother just like was in lane the whole time helping him out. It was fucking just a giant clown fiesta every game. Like, holy fuck. Like, you need to just see it to believe it. Yeah, but every single game that guy had Asilion in that split, that year, I've never seen a game as bad as Adam here from him. So I just want you to put that into perspective.
It wasn't even that. It was just the fact that he died 2 times before minions even spawned, and to a Jace, a champion where if you lose to him twice, the laning phase is over. He cannot impact the game at all. I can understand dying once, you make a mistake. That's fine. Everybody makes mistakes. No one's gonna get mad at you for making a mistake. Why would Limit walk there knowing there's a Poppy there is beyond me? Whatever, fuck it. They're like, hey, can I go home early? Let's just go home early right now because my top laner's on crack. My mid laner's trying. My support is probably doing meth and doesn't understand what the fuck to do on the map anymore. Adam just getting completely bodied. 0-3 by 15 minutes into the game. Adam was egregiously overhyped by a lot of the Fnatic fans, actually, and he played pretty awful. He's not showcased even why he should have been picked up. And last year, I even said to people, like, when you have a new player around a bunch of veterans, the veterans sometimes can be what makes the new guy look good by how they're playing the game, by how they're sometimes sacrificing to let the rookie shine, kind of thing. And that's just how I saw Fnatic last year. Adam, I wouldn't say he was getting carried. I think people are mischaracterizing that point about him last year.
Well, no, he was a weak side guy.
I think that people overrated the value he was actually bringing to the team. I think he brought in serviceable, good value for what that team needed in that specific moment and that at that specific time.
Solid. That's it.
I don't think he was anything special. He was by
far. He was never anything special. He was just the best available because LEC's like top lane pool isn't that good.
It was that, and like people were acting like he was like the best top laner. I'm like, no, he's not the best top laner. Broken Blade played better than him.
Yeah,
last year.
Honestly, LPL has like the best top laners. I would say outside of that, though, like top laners in all regions have been kind of lacking for recently. Have you ever noticed that?
I think every region has lacked top lane pool for a while. The top laners just have not been solid outside of just LPL. Honestly.
I want to know totally honestly, like TCS, I would say has solid top laners. I would say LPL has solid top laners.
Yeah, Matthew, he was just at the right place. He was just right place at the right time, and you had teammates that were willing to sacrifice to let him have his counter pick Darius. You had players that it's just like I don't know if you guys have watched the LCK in the past, but it was back when a player named Yucal joined KT Rolster's super team after Pawn had health issues, right? You know how after UCal left that team, he really wasn't at that good? Because being around players like that make you look better, inherently does. He was around players that made him look inherently better, so that's the reason why he did good.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why a freak of fans were fucking flipping out when UCal left. I mean, I didn't like the Fly pickup, but God, UCal wasn't good.
Yeah. Fly wasn't making any.
I mean, I feel bad for him though. He never got a chance to improve because he was literally flying like every split to a different team all over regions. He, like, never got a fucking chance to just like stay. And then Freaka finally gave him that chance with 2 straight years in a row, but it was when he was like in the twilight years of his career, so there wasn't going to be any growth there. He was like 25.
All right, so you had this game from the first day of the LEC 2021 Spring Split, Week 4, Day 1. Mad Lions taking on Fnatic. Mad Lions opting into picking Renekton mid. Fnatic did a pretty decent job early on in the game of like shutting down the Renekton early on. Now, I get why you give Rika Renekton mid. He's not good, so you give him an early game champion so he can have some impact on. I get it. I understand it, right? And he got that solo kill right there, and he just, it's hard to say. They did put a lot of pressure into his lane, a lot. So I can understand why he didn't look as polished in a lot of what he was doing, because we've got to factor in Hylissang roamed to his lane, Razor roamed to his lane, Razor killed him, a Humana got an early kill onto Reeker, but like you have to give Reeker you have to give Reeker Renekton, because he's not going to really do well in anything else. He's just going to lose you the game, essentially.
Yeah, he's basically just been playing Victor. You
had Kaiser and Unforgiven dying right there. I think Unforgiven's played well. I don't like everything, but I think Unforgiven's actually been a good player, to me personally. Well, this way, like, look, he knows, I can say, this is nothing you can really do about this. You know, he's just getting all in on, basically. He's just consistently getting killed on Renekton here. I mean, the point of picking Renekton in mid lane is to have an early game strong champion that can dominate the laning phase, and you can move Renekton down to bot lane, potentially get dragons, tower dive, easy stuff, right? But the reason why you give Rika Renekton is because he's not been that good, and he consistently kept getting killed every single team fight. He was not impactful almost at all, actually. You know, I don't know what you do with a player like this. If he can't even really be impactful on Renekton mid, then what really good are you getting, honestly? I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. I do like the Zeri pick out of Unforgiven. I do like that. But later on, toward the end of this game, Humanoid ended up getting the quadra kill on Victor. It was at this moment. So they're taking Dragon. They're not really actually accounting for Humanoid. Wonder goes in, knocks Armut back. He has to flash. He doesn't have that. Reeker gets automatically chunked out. He's just sitting there going like, all right, I'm about to go home and get fucking food already, because I'm just over here feeding my ass off. And Humanoid starts to clean up, kills Reeker with the one Q shot that Victor can do. Humanoid ends up cleaning up all people except for Unforgiven, actually. Manages to get a quadra kill. Yeah, Humanoid having a decent amount of struggle to the split, coming out with a quadra kill in this game, actually. Yep, Mad Lions, they're really struggling right now. That'd be an understatement, actually. So yeah, Mad Lions struggling pretty hard right there against Fnatic. Fnatic also not looking as good either. So don't take it as like I'm just shitting on Mad Lions. No, Fnatic also don't look that good either. Just saying. All right, let me go to the next set of games for day 2, and then we're going to move on to our predictions, and we're going to go to the LCS, actually. So give me a moment right here to start bringing this up. Boom, 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 boom. Bring up my games right here. Okay, we'll do the Astralis game, Fnatic versus XL, and G2 versus Rogue. Okay, so we have these games right here that are going to come up. Yeah, I expected that too. I expected Fnatic to be the best team this split by their offseason. Like, they legitimately won the offseason. I legitimately thought they were going to be the best team in the LEC. I did.
They didn't win the offseason.
They won the off. Fuck you.
No, they were always a B team.
Oh my lord, Sean, we love Sean for his Canadian love.
Yeah, no, they had one of the best mid laners, and they have the best bot lane. Their jungle and top was always weak.
Give me a second to bring this up. Right here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this was the other game that Astralis played this week that they almost won. How they were almost beating Team Vitality, who people call the super team, is whatever, that's just how League works in BO1s, That's just how these things kind of work. Okay, so in this game, White Knight actually played Jace pretty well. They dedicated a good amount of resource. Like, White Knight was playing pretty well. Promise Q actually had a good game, actually. Promise Q had a good game. I don't know how to really feel about that. I guess Promise Q had a good game. And this game, toward the very end, because White Knight actually played well on Jace. He was actually 8-1. They start getting super greedy with how they were actually trying to actually win the game. Like right here, I don't know why he does that. I don't know why they're in that position at all. Right here, toward the very ending team fight with Kabe actually. So you had Self-Made going in, Kabe actually spacing pretty well. And then you have Corki dying right there. So that's a good majority of Astralis' damage already gone. So you have Corki in his composition already dead. A good amount of your damage is gone already. Yeah, he went in and he killed Lee Sin, but you have to be able to kind of do that without dying, actually. Kabe doesn't really kill anyone with his curtain call, and he does kill off Lebrov, and he almost
What was Astralis doing all game with this lead?
No, they were essentially going like, I was going to go home early, actually.
What the literal... How did they lose this game?
They actually chose to turn off their brains.
They literally just said, you can have the game. GG. We're all friends.
White Knight just gets zoned off completely, and then Alfari ends up killing him.
How did they lose this team fight?
Kabe played it bad. Dejor played it bad. Dejor leaped in with his fucking package. Well, not with the package. He W'd in and tried to kill off Self-Made.
If they couldn't win a game with a lead like this, then they're hopeless.
That's the thing. It's like, a lot of people said that too. It's like, if you can't win a game like this where you're absolutely winning, your Jace is the Jace was 8-1 at a certain point. If you can't win with that, you're bad. Like, you're just absolutely terrible.
Yeah, well, I think they're gonna win a game this upcoming week because I'm gonna predict 0-2 for Astralis. So I think that will be the time where they finally win one, because that's usually how it goes.
Oh my lord! Then you have this game of Fnatic taking on Excel. This was the game. Yeah, Razork was on Viego this game. And yeah, this is the game. I remember this. So Patrick, upset doing that snipe with Jin. That was actually really fucking cool. I don't know how we predicted he was right there, but that was fucking awesome, actually. Now, Fnatic's composition is you have Engage with Rel, you have your Shockwave that you can depend on, and you have Gwen for your all-in potential. And Marcoon getting caught out in the jungle did not really work out very well. This was a really odd team fight right here. Matthew says, I think Astralis will pull off a Dignitas 2017 1-17. That'd be really bad. That'd be fucking awful. Oh my goodness. Like,
I hope they go 0-18, but that won't happen.
If Astralis went 0-18, my brain would just be like, okay, blow up the whole roster.
I think they'll win against I think they'll win against SK at least next time.
So you had this fight right here. So Upset, he saved his flash for a bit, got over the wall. Somehow after this fight, Upset still managed to live. Like, what was their target selection during this fight, actually? I just don't get it. Like, what was their target selection to have?
Yeah, I don't know what Fnatic was doing this game.
It's not even that. It's like, how are they on the other side of the map and still winning? And how did Nuke Duck go like, yeah, I'm just gonna die? Like, what the fuck? What the fuck am I watching? Marcoon just gets easily caught out.
No team deserved to win this game.
Oh, dude, we lost our time investing into this game. Holy shit. Humanoid did not have a good Orianna game. He was getting picked on quite a bit. Razork and Humanoid synergy has just not been good at all. It seems like the top side of the Fnatic team doesn't really know how they want to sufficiently play out the early games, so it's kind of making their early games look really wonky. Matthew says, yeah, you heard it here first. Astralis will run the 18-0 dream of Rogue. They will ruin it? Oh no, hell no, that's not happening. I just don't think it's possible. If they did,
I mean,
that's not even a thing. I wouldn't. That's never gonna happen at all.
Look, I mean, listen, they Hey, they almost did it against G2. They almost did it against Vitality. Right? They have been doing
So
not terrible. I mean,
after
it just
games,
takes a bad day from Rogue.
it takes a bad day from Rogue. So my
Hey,
dad's gonna
they
come back
might
into my
like
life.
catch Mao Rain in the jungle a bunch of times before he gets the gank.
So was my dad coming back into my life then? Apparently.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, Yankos was like, you know what? I'm gonna go home early too. I'll just invade and die. I love it. I love it. And then right here, this was the part where they caught. Yeah, this is the part where Trimby I think flashed over and did the recon. Yeah,
God,
that
I
was the one.
love Caps, man. #1 mid laner.
Caps at one point was the best mid laner in EU, one of the best players in EU.
No, he was he was only the best mid laner in EU for 1 year, and that was 2019, and that was only because of Perks going to ADC. He was still better
He was
than
better
Caps.
than Perks. He was better than Perks in 2018 too.
Perks was better.
He smashed him in those finals. Actually, he crushed him. The games they actually played against each other.
Oh yeah, this was the play. That was the play. Literally, all the casters went, no. But then if it was any other team's player, they would say the opposite.
Yeah, comp in this game on Jinx with those fucking ult snipes were really awesome to see.
Okay, actually, I forgot about how good he was in. Sorry, because I was thinking about internationally 2018, where he was playing not good and people overrated him. No, in LEC though, he did play good in 28. He did play the best in 2018.
The year he started falling off was 2020. I think he was still good in 2020.
No, he was falling off in
best.
2019.
No. I think in 2020 is when he started kind of falling off.
No, he fell off and stopped being biased. He fell off in 2019.
No, you're crazy. You're a crazy man.
No, you're high. Humanoid was better.
What kind of Canadian cracker you on?
Larson was better.
Good God. Good actual God. Okay, so Malrong in this game and Otawamne played really great from the top side. Otawamne oh my God, Akshan is the champion Otawamne is playing. I always forget that fucking champion's name for some reason. They played great. Actually, G2 losing to Rogue is not surprising right now because I know the whole I know the whole narrative was, you know, Fnatic and G2 have never lost to XL and Rogue, but right now, just for G2 and Rogue. Right now, Rogue looks so much better than G2 right now. It's very understandable they'd lose to them right now. If this was the first time they'd ever lose to Rogue, it'd be believable because they're playing way better. Their dives are cleaner. Their map play is cleaner. How they wanted to play the game is a whole lot better. It's just a better team right now. Caps has not been playing that good, and I think Caps actually has been a player that has been a big letdown right now, and that's not so good. Yeah, and to be fair, Rogue had beaten G2 before. Was it last year? They beat them last year, actually. You know? They beat G2 last year in playoffs. I think they've beaten them before. Because last year in playoffs, they beat them. But it was in the best of 5, which obviously matters more. And yep, Comp played pretty well in this game as well. And yeah, Rogue continued to be the best team in the LEC right now. If they go 18-0, I am definitely not surprised at all. And now it's time for our predictions for the LEC 2022 Spring Split Week 5.
Misfits, Rogue, Vitality, Fnatic, and I'll just say G2. I guess I was thinking of doing Mad Upset, but okay. Then let's go XL, Mad, Misfits, G2, and Fnatic.
Oh, match of the week right there. So we have, I'll pick Misfits, Rogue, Vitality, Fnatic, G2, Saturday, XL, Mad Lions, Rogue, G2, and you got your match of the week, Team Vitality versus Fnatic, and I will go with who won last time. Didn't Fnatic win last time, actually?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, it's the top. I think Fnatic will win this time around again, actually.
Yeah, so same prediction. It's that one thing.
Yeah, yeah, I think Fnatic wins this time around.
Hey,
And
what, you don't think Misfits is gonna
I,
win
I,
against Rogue, man?
I literally did not even want to reply to that. I was like, this man's actually sniffing drugs. This man, you're on drugs. You're on hard drugs.
Yeah, I
actually.
need to do one. I need to do one out of like the out there prediction each
So
week.
to be
Like,
fair, if you get that right,
realistically, obviously, I think Rogue is gonna win realistically, but I need to do
yeah,
like an out there prediction. I can't play it safe all the time, unlike you bastards. So
play it. What? That's
yeah.
Stop playing safe. You're making the correct decision. What the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, but realistically, though, I'm pretty sure this is like the first time where the predictions are the exact same.
Oh my goodness. So Astralis put out a Twitlonger statement. I don't know if they deleted it actually. But I think they did.
Yeah,
earlier.
I love how they started off with yes, Promise Q is still on the team.
That's the only part I read, and then I stopped. I'm just being honest here.
Yeah, I was about to stop there, but I read the rest of it. They basically
Sean, your life, please.
If they deleted it, I'll just explain it. They were talking about how like they're disappointed with the result and being like 0-7 or 0-9 is really bad for team morale, but they still believe in this team and stuff, and they're working hard and finding solutions. And they say that their main problem is that they've been owning in solo queue and scrims actually against other team. They actually been destroying, but however that
here we go, found it.
They said what their issue is. There's a lack of shot calling in game, a lack of like decision making. They said
what
that's
they basically mean by that.
Is.
What they basically mean by that is lack of good players is what they're fucking meaning.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Okay. Matthew says.
Anyway, I'll be back in a bit. You can just read it.
Promise Q is the real winner of this team, a true MSI champion. That is also true. That is facts.
Like, listen up.
You want to repeat that again?
I'm sorry, but like, okay, I like Promise Q, but what? And that meme was cool at the time, but like, what the fuck is it? Like, okay, I'm cool with giving him an MSI reign. That's fine, all right. But if they're gonna do that, then give literally any substitute that didn't even play in the tournament a reign. As long as they're a substitute, you can't just do it the one time. Just give them a reign. Like fucking Flame was on Damwon when they won Worlds. Give him a reign. Like fuck off. Why? I don't care. My girl, you're gonna give Promise Q a reign and no one else just because of the meme when he didn't even play at MSI for one game. Like fuck off.
It was crazy.
Like Duke played a game for IG. That's why he had a reign when IG won. That's why he has 2 overall, because he played a game against Fnatic in groups.
No, he played one game. He played a few games with G2 that year. Just a few. It wasn't that one spring split, but he only played
but not Worlds. And he only played it in the regular season.
Yeah, he only played with them on regular. Yeah, it was just a meme that people created.
Yeah, but you can't just give. I'm sorry, it's not. I'm sorry. I get it's a meme, but you can't just actually give him a ring. Like, no, if you want to start giving rings out to old substitutes since they were still on the team, they participated in the like team scrims and everything, made the team better and stuff. That's fine, even if they didn't play like actually at Worlds or MSI for a game. That's fine. Honestly, I'm cool with that. But again, then just do it. Don't make it just Promise Q that one time because of the memes and then done. All right, either don't give Promise Q a reign or do it from now on. Like, this is stupid.
Let's go to... Okay, so after this, I'm going to load up the LCS because there's a lot to talk about with the LCS as well because that just started. But we'll go over Astralis' Twitlonger first, and then we'll move on to the LCS. Okay, so
here hashtag give Flame ring.
So here was the Astralis Twitlonger. Actually, let me actually bring it up right here. I don't know why that is just loading slowly. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so here was the Astralis Twitlonger.
Yeah, but I'm going to leave for a bit. You can just read it.
Here was the Astralis Twitlonger that a lot of people were talking about overall. And I actually was going to do a video about this, but I just didn't honestly have the time, honestly. And he says right here, a status on our team and progress. Before reading any further, yes, Promise Q is still on the team.
The end. Stop reading.
Now, our games and results so far speak for themselves. We are not where we want to be. We are far from satisfied with the results so far. This was also back when they were like 0-7 as well, when they made this. We know there is much potential in this team, more than the players are given credit for by many. But when we don't deliver the results we want and don't live up to our values in game. This is just words. We have seen a lot of progress in scrims, but our biggest issue right now is that we are still not always on the same page in game, which leads to many situations where we have to navigate instinct and skills alone. This bleeds into our team fights, which is a big part of winning games right now. To turn things around, we're taking a step back in some areas to focus on stabilizing the team so we can turn things around in game. And to be fair, that is one of their biggest issues, actually. Players not being on the same page. Even before this week happened, their players just not being on the same page literally cost them winning their first 2 games, actually. They could have been 2-0 this week, actually, if their teammates had actually been on the same page. That is something that I'm glad they can identify, actually. Our first week came with good things and bad things. We took the learnings from that week into week 2, and we believe it made a difference as we played a lot better than we previously did. It is regrettable that we could not take a win until that point, as it continues to make us feel and play worse than we should and what we are capable of. Week 3 was a harsh reality check. We simply didn't show up. In Astralis, we always fight and we always give our best. So that was in no way acceptable. The fact of the matter is, we have made crucial mistakes when it mattered most, so we deserve the situation we are in. So what now? We started the week on Monday with a very open and honest team meeting where we addressed our issues both in-game and outside of the game. We spoke about group dynamics and structural changes to get more from each week and confronted some issues to clear the air and start anew. All this was done to change the flow and make sure we are not afraid to show we want this. But their roster doesn't show that, though. Your roster is just bad. I'm sorry. Astralis' roster is just bad. Like, building around White Knight and Zanzara is fine, but there's, no actual star players on the team. Dejor, I don't think he's it, Kabe is a weak side, slightly better version of Wild Turtle, I truly don't think that, Kabe is going to ever potentially win you anything ever, even though he did make 1 finals back in the day, actually. Like, Kabe's just not that kind of player. Like, I'm sorry, if you're getting budget players, you're going to get budget results. And if you're getting bad players, you're going to get bad results. That's just how that works, actually. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Like, it's not the aspect of making the twit longer. It's the aspect of, like, this is what you pay for. You paid for a budget roster, so you get budget results. It's also worth acknowledging the mental strain of being 0-7. Confidence takes a hit, and it affects the way you play. Our mindset has been our biggest enemy. We need to break free and change our perspective into a more positive one in order to come back and turn things around. Confidence does not come overnight, and we know it. It will take a big effort from all of us, not only from our players, but our entire team. We have great support from everybody in the organization. We've already gone to work. We know where we are, and we all want to fight. That's where we are now. It won't be easy to make this happen, but we will do everything in our power to achieve it. Hopefully, you will see it on stage this weekend. Thank you for reading all of this, and all of you have supported us in this season. Thank you for all your kind words. #to the stars. That's the thing here with this twit longer is I just don't understand why they're surprised they're getting the results of a roster that they put together with players that are not good. I'm sorry, Promise Q is not good. Kabe is not that good.
How many drugs do you have to smoke to think that a roster of fucking White Knight, Zanzara, Promise Q, Kabe in 2022, and a 18-year-old that everyone said was like outside of PvP isn't good, doesn't have any much of a ceiling, is good enough to make playoffs? How many fucking drugs do you need to smoke? All 5 of those players are the type of players you would have on one role on every other team in the LEC.
Mm-hmm.
They have it in 5. They're the only team like that, all right? Even SK, who's second last, they have players like traits, like Gilius, like Gen X, even though Gen X is doing shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
On even fucking BDS, I say Nuclear is good. I would say Adam has not been doing well at all, but he's can still be average. They have with Kinkrov is good, I would say actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Limit is having a bad season, but he's usually good. Like, sorry, they're the only team like this. They have like 5 average players at best.
Not even average players, just players that
they're all role players. None of them are carries.
Yeah, so like all their players are role players, and none of them are even really good at being role players. That's the thing. The style that their players have aren't even good at that style. That's the thing. Their players aren't even good at that style specifically.
White Knight, what a great weak side top, giving up like the whole turret in 8 minutes.
Matthew says, I don't know. I always thought that they would have given them a ring. The thing is, this roster doesn't even have a direction. That's true. They don't even know how they want to play the game. This week, because this tweet longer was made before week 4 came along, right? Before they actually almost won these 2 games. This week alone shows they still don't have that fixed. This week alone shows that. That is bullshit. Maybe they have been working on it. I'm not saying they haven't, because I'm not obviously with them. But this week alone shows that they have not worked on any of that at all. It's just bullshit. These are just empty words. Like, what the hell, man?
Facts with that one reply.
This guy said...
No, the last one.
You use so many words and managed to say absolutely nothing.
I mean, they didn't say absolutely nothing, but they're ignoring the issue.
That's a little hyperbolic right there. That's a little hyperbolic.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Tweets like ratio, not replies, but no, they did say a lot, and they just give an update to their fans, like, what do you want them to say? Like, no, majority of other teams, they would just stay silent, like fucking CLG during this shit. Like, no, I actually kind of like their like openness with
it
and
takes
like
balls to do something like that.
Yeah, their openness and in their videos, like they make quality videos, and like, you know, they aren't like pissing around with players like with Niski, make it fucking or like Carlos with how they treat like Mickey X and Niski. You know, like, no, they're a good org. It's just they assembled, just they're ignoring the one main issue, which is just that a team they assembled is just 5 role players. All right, they need an old has-beens that can't grow besides Dajor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they need to just blow it up. That's the main issue. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I get what they're saying. Like, okay, in scrims and sure, they do actually look sort of, they're still like bottom tier, and I would say 10th out of all the other teams, but they do look good. Like, they look like moments where they should have won games. They should have like maybe like 3 wins or something. But at the end of the day, what's their ceiling? Their ceiling is like, what, 7th place? Like, is that really the team you're assembling?
Because that's the thing. No, I agree with everything you said, and that's the thing is, like, what is their ceiling? 8th place probably. Because like all their players are not that good except for like Kabe.
Yeah, like I would say every other team has a ceiling.
And this is the thing,
that's at least
like,
playoffs.
And this is the thing is, like, Kabe was never the best ADC. He was like the best ADC for like 1 split, all like a couple years ago. He's
just like, as you said with Neon, he's just like the Neon. I actually think Neon has improved. I still don't think he's great, but he's actually done good. I would say. I would say he's actually like Neon. When you thought of Neon, I would say that's what Kabe is. Just reliable, smart, but doesn't like, he's not like a mechanic god or like doesn't do anything flashy. He's just there, sort of like a Piglet on Clutch Gaming.
Mm-hmm. And that's my thing with Astralis is you have a bunch of role players who aren't good at being role players all in the same team together. And since there's no star player and there's no direction, they don't know how to play the game as a team. And there's Promise Q and Kabe and White Knight have been playing for a long time. So is Zan's been playing for a decent amount of time too. White Knight's been playing for a bit of time. These guys should know how they want to play the game. But then again, the way you want to play the game is not how someone else wants to play the game, and they have to kind of figure out like how that's going to work. So Astralis replied, maybe not for you, but our fans want to know our team's process and what we are doing. Feel free to not read it if you don't care. This guy said, your fans also want you to rebuild the roster, especially get rid of Promise Q.
Facts.
But you seem to be very silent on that front.
Mm-hmm. Well,
they just seems to be always, because the thing, dude, they seem to be all built into Promise Q. They truly think he's a good player. They really think that.
I mean, I don't think he's been terrible anymore. Like, he was complete dog shit last year. He's like the worst support in like almost any reason, and that's including like PCS and shit. He was actually just pure dog shit. But if you want to say, he actually hasn't been terrible this year. He's actually been like not like in his ass off. He's been like
underwhelming. He's just a really
just underwhelming still though, and he's like 28 or 29. Like, fuck, just here's the thing though. Their excuse is that they keep him Promise Q even though he's still like the worst support in the league. Is that his like shot call and everything, but like you just said the shot call and there's like none of it, or that it's terrible. You said that's your main issue, but you said that's the reason why you keep Promise Q, because of his shot calling. So I'm missing the thing. So what does he bring exactly that's good?
Yeah, and even if you bring shot calling, you can find that in someone else with better mechanics and better ideas on how to play the game in general, or better macro decisions. This guy says, I'm a fan of your CSGO squad and the history they made, but not in LEC. You guys should actually sell the spot to any team with a decent amount of passion and dedication. Keeping someone like Promise Q in your team, it's something no serious org will ever do. Not just Promise Q, but literally everyone. Or you can keep maybe Dejor and build around him. This org has zero ambitions.
I mean, you could keep one. Yeah, well, that guy says in the next reply, but you could keep one of Zanzar or White Knight, but only keep one of them. They're role play for a reason. You only want one max, right? So you don't want Oso Kabi, you don't want Oso Promise Q, you don't want both of them, all right? But yeah, you can keep one of them. I would, again, if White Knight plays more up to his peak instead of, because again, it's like one game he loses a whole fucking turret in 8 minutes and is invincible. That other game he plays like he did against Vitality, it was, or like when he got a fucking pentakill in Renekton. So I don't know. And Zanzar is more consistently decent. So I don't know which one you want to keep. But either way, keep one. And if you really believe in Dejor, then I guess keep him. But again, I still think this guy's bad. Like, he can grow, but I'm just saying how it is right now, even if the one things he's good at. But yeah, whatever. Keep those two players, but get rid of everything else.
This guy says, I mean, Dejor and White Knight are the only players that have quality enough to be with Astralis. But after this twit longer, I really doubt they have any will to change anything. I bet they will keep this roster even in summer, knowing how shit this division is. White Knight is like minus 20 CS down and at 15 minutes for 3 splits. They need a real top laner.
Yep, exactly. That's the thing. And he always loses like his whole turret. Like, he's not a good weak side guy.
No, he's not even a good weak side player.
Yeah,
you know?
like that. The same. Okay, but then other games, so he is. So he is.
Here.
So I don't know what it is with his deal. He's like always inconsistent.
I'll say this because I think I had White Knight in my All-Pro team last year. Third team. I thought he played good last year. I thought he played for that one split. He played good. That one split, he played good.
Well, no, and he's played good in some games. Again, it's like he's like the fucking what do I call it? He's like I mean, he is sort of like Revenge, I would say. Actually, he's like the LEC version of Revenge, where it's like one game he's a great weak side top, but then the other game, he just loses his whole fucking turret in like 8 minutes.
This guy
does
says,
nothing.
I get that things aren't going as well as you would have hoped, but is substituting the entire CSGO team really the correct decision here? Something's had to change. Oh my goodness. You guys said many stuff at the same time, nothing at all. Only 2 players worth of keeping: Dejor and White Knight, and maybe Kabe.
No, not maybe Kabe.
And maybe Kabe if he is decent. Maybe Kabe if he is with a decent support. You guys cannot keep it in simple words. It's about results, and changes need to be done. Miracles doesn't exist. The only miracle that's ever existed was fucking Shaka almost making Shaka's miracle run. And they still didn't make worlds with that. So yeah, guys, that's the thing. I wanted to make sure I cover Astralis' twit longer. These guys stink. They're just bad. This week alone, they could have won 2 games, and they couldn't even do that. And they're gonna go winless this next week too. They're gonna start 0-11. All right, so the LCS 2022 Spring Split kicked off, and yeah, marking 10 years of the LCS. I remember just yesterday I started watching 7 years ago, man. We are 10 years of the LCS now. That's fucking crazy. And we had our match of the week, which was Team Liquid taking on 100 Thieves, actually, and looking at how the standings play out right now. So I'll say this right now. Let's just talk about the bottom tier teams first, and we'll talk about TSM, because I truly don't think TSM's a bottom tier team. I think that this was just a bad week for them overall. I do think TSM played bad, but I truly don't think they're an actual bottom tier team like CLG, Golden Guardians, and Immortals, actually. I think FlyQuest had a easy strength of schedule. That's the reason why they're also 2-0, though they did play the Jana Smite top, and it was looking pretty close in that game. Really entertaining game, actually, from FlyQuest. But Immortals does not look good. Like, if Immortals went like fucking 2-16 throughout the split, I'm not surprised. Immortals just looks bad, and it's making Power of Evil look worse, honestly. You know, Destiny Wild Turtle or bad bot lane. Xerxes, he's trying to do something. He's trying to get them to at least do something in the early game. Revenge just is bad. This is just a bad team. You know, when we were talking about this team in the preseason before coming into the split, I thought they would do just well simply because they have veteran players. Like, the veteran players would just be good enough to beat down on the lower tier teams, but they can't punch up.
I didn't think so, but I always thought they would be like 7th or something, but
what's kind of where they would be at, 7th place.
Yeah,
anyway.
well, whatever. Like, just like, I don't. What did they see in like Revenge fucking last year to make him like? I just don't get it. Like, God, it's like they literally just. He was literally like bottom of the pack for Academy top laners, but they just see
Academy. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, no, he was literally like the 8th or 9th best top laner in Academy, but they're just like, NA, he's moderately young at 21, raw mechanics, so we'll just bring him in. It's like, no, what the fuck? Why?
Oh. Like, the bot
like they had a chance to get Fudge at that time. You fucking idiots. They could have got Isles.
The bot lane of Wild Turtle and Destiny is just not good. Power of Evil just doesn't really know what to do with a team like this. I feel bad for him because I truly think he's a good player, actually.
Bot lane, their ADC, top laner, and support are just like worst. I'm sorry. They're actually like the worst. And then mid laner makes him look bad, and like Xerxes is very good, but when he's on a team like this, he falls with it.
It's the same thing.
He's like Styx. He's like Styxay. He falls with the team if it's bad.
Yeah, it's the same thing like Astralis. Like, Xerxes is more of a role-playing jungler. Though I actually think Xerxes is better than Jose Diodo. I really actually think that.
Well, I honestly think, I always thought, I mean, I don't know about now because he's been playing like shit again. I'm so disappointed by him. But last year, I thought Constructs was on par because they were saying that isn't to downplay Xerxes because I thought Constructs was great last year. I just thought that's where he was at. So he wasn't like he wasn't like top 5 where I would say he was like the 7th best, but I would say he's like just at the mark where he stays in LCS.
What do you think about Golden Guardians?
Oh yeah, Golden Guardians. Honestly, surprised they didn't win that one game.
The game is Cloud9 was close, actually. For like the first, wrong.
Not really, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, people need to, like, what if Blabber didn't win like that 3-on-1 play, right? And there were many moments where, and like, what if they actually didn't miss like all their shots on Jin and killed Summit when he was running away? Like, there are many moments in that GG game where it's like it looked like Cloud9 had it all under control. Like, they made it look way too easily. It's just like they were manhandling them, like playing for fun, not taking them seriously. But there were a lot of moments where just Golden Guardians were fucked up like a bottom tier team, and it's just if they literally just didn't act stupid, and they just killed Blabber in that 3-on-1 and shit, then it could have went different ways. Like, that wasn't as dominant of a game as people think. Like, they could have lost it. It's scarier than you think, but whatever.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I was like, wait a minute, there's a chance they could have actually legitimately lost this.
Yeah, but they don't think about that, just like when what do you say? Like when Perks Perks like in the best of 5 against Team Liquid in spring.
So this is what I'll say about a few other teams before we go into some of the games. 100 Thieves bouncing back this week. This week because remember they got upset by Dignitas in the lock-in tournament actually. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, are they really that good?" No, they came out swinging, stomping like they should.
Yeah.
The champion.
Again, gonna be interesting how many games Tenacity plays. Again, he has that ceiling, and he's good out of lane, but like in lane, he's just still so many issues with him. I would say.
Cloud9 coming over, the LS compositions start coming out, and what's really awesome to see is like LS's first game with Cloud9 that he drafted them, he gets to go up against a Renekton and prove to people that Renekton is trash. That's irony at its finest right there.
I just hope that LS doesn't. I just hope they don't reveal most of their tricks yet. I just hope they save it for international play, saving most of the stuff.
What do you think about Dignitas?
Dignitas, I think is how do I say? Yeah, I mean, again, Biofrost proved me wrong a bit. Like he isn't great, but he's like solid when like paired with a specific ADC, which is why even though Zazel's LCS, I still think why I'm glad they did that instead of putting Zazel there, because we already saw a similar one with like Bane and him that didn't work out well. Neo's a similar ADC, so it wouldn't have worked well, but I thought there were young supports they could have got instead of Biofrost, like Elia they could have bought from Team Liquid, but yeah, he's been solid. Like when paired with him, it's just worked out. Good chemistry, I guess. So those two are doing good. Yeah, River's doing fantastic. Fake God, mediocre.
Fake God's just bad. Fake God sucks.
Like he's decent weak side, kind of.
No, not even that. He's just as bad as.
I guess. I don't know.
Dude, Fake God is just as bad as fucking Revenge. The only reason why
I don't understand why people were like hyping it up last year and giving him so many like player of the games and player of the weeks.
Fake God
over Neo.
Fake God is just as bad as Revenge. The only reason why he looks better for Fake God is because he has his better players around him right now at this moment.
Yeah, I just don't understand why people are like fucking the casters and analysts were like hyping Fake God up so much last year. I don't get it. Like just dumb narrative.
Reasons. I think River is really good for this team.
Yeah,
actually.
Again, I still don't think Blue's good. I think he's
Blue is really bad. Blue is awful.
Blue is bad. He's just.
But this is
stuff is working.
This is the LCS. This is the LCS, so Blue can get away with being bad here. That's just
he can get away with it, kind of just like how Destiny. That's why his spot stayed, even though he was literally the worst support last year, even worse than Newbie. But
right here, Evil Geniuses. Like I think.
But Blue's been bad. It's just stuff is working out for him at the moment, and he's hiding some of his mistakes. But trust me, it will get revealed eventually. He's still bad.
No, he's bad. No, I agree. Like,
I wouldn't say he's like. I thought he would be the worst mid laner. Maybe he still is, but I don't think he's worse anymore. Well, actually, no. Sorry. So I was gonna say I said it wrong. I said I would have said he's the worst mid laner if Paula Fox wasn't still in the league there.
So right here with the standings, Evil Geniuses 1-1. Team Liquid 1-1. Team Liquid got handed on their ass in that 100 Thieves game. Like that was, but the thing here is, I think they played that game bad. But I'll go into that game because it's gonna be up here soon.
Yeah, whatever. Lock-in meaningless. Let's stop talking about lock-in now, please.
Evil Geniuses is. I think Evil Geniuses are a good team.
They're a great team. They're a great team.
My issue here with Evil Geniuses is Jojo Pion is bad, man.
I wouldn't say he's been bad.
He loses to he's just as bad as Blue. He's just about as Blue, honestly.
I wouldn't agree with that. I would say he
loses every laning phase. He's not impactful
I would say he's below average.
No, dude, he loses every laning phase.
He's better than Palafox. He's better than a Blaze Olive. He's better than Power Evil, I would say right now.
Such a huge detriment to how they're playing, man. He is not.
He will improve, though.
Maybe he improves.
He's 17.
Hopefully,
He's 17.
My dad will come into my house during one of these
He's 17. He's surrounded by all these players. He
still looks this bad. He looks this bad with this amount of talent surrounding him.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I disagree. He hasn't been impactful and he hasn't dominated his lane, but
He's not even a weak side player.
But I don't
He's
think
not
he's been bad. I think he's been below average.
He's
I
not
would
even
say
a
he's
weak.
better than
He's
some.
not even a good weak side mid laner. He's even with this level of talent surrounding him, he's still not good.
Yeah, well,
he might improve. No, but also I might have sex tonight.
No, I'd say he's been better than Blue. I'd say he's been better than Palafox.
These standards you're throwing out there are so steep.
No, I'd say better. Yeah, I'd say he's on par with a Blaze Olive right now. So he's better than 3, which is Blue, Palafox,
I'd say they're
and
all about
Power
even.
of Evil.
If I had to rank them, they'd be all just the same, essentially.
Well, slight, just like I mean by like
we're
decimals,
talking very minuscule differences.
Decimals, here. I would say. Yeah.
So what do you think about TSM? Actually?
Tactical still looks like shit.
That's to be expected.
I didn't think he would be good, but I thought he would at least be solid on TSM on this run because I thought this constructed roster is the roster he would do better on instead of the roster that Team Liquid did with his type of risky playstyle, which sometimes involves him intim, but nope, he's still been bad. Huni has again still just been a like passable, serviceable in as either a carry top or weak side top, just like middle of the pack, like 7th in NA, not anything special, just like what Hanser was for Golden Guardians. I still just don't think he's anything above that. And if he is, then it's his team helping him out and like fucking like Spica going up in his lane for like fucking 20 minutes, not Huni himself. Spica, great, but on a rocky start right now, which he usually has. He has like a rocky start usually, and then in spring, so he'll turn it around a bit. But he's still been great. Kiadu, hasn't
the
been
LDL
like
prospects because like Shenny and Kidu,
yeah, they've been the best, but they haven't been like amazing, but they've been. I would say
this roster needs a little bit more time because I'm not saying they're because I know a lot of people are gonna shit on and say they're bad. It's hard with these.
No, I would say they're number 5 right now. They're in the top 5, and I would say Kiadu and Shenny are number 5 in their roles.
0-2, even after 0-2 start.
Yeah, no, 0-2 start, but I still think they just need they need a bit of time and Yeah, I mean, away from Bjergsen, again, like, there's always, no matter how bad a TSM roster was, which they've been, like, shit for, like, the last 5 years, done nothing in any esport fucking dead franchise, but, I mean, in League, though, their roster, even if it looks terrible, they always still make playoffs, and they still always almost make Worlds, or almost win a split, because they always had, there's just, like, this Bjergsen effect, no matter how bad a team was, but now that Bjergsen's away...
Yeah,
maybe this could. Maybe they'll actually just not improve.
That's the thing. Is I'm gonna have to go over and review some of these TSM games that they played more because I didn't really see anything out of them actually that substantially went like.
No, Kiadu and Shenny have been. Again, I didn't. I knew like Kiadu was. He was. How do I say it? Like. I always knew he was great. Like going into it when everybody didn't know what to expect, didn't watch his VODs in like the minor league in China. I did actually. Yeah, he was great. So I like that pickup. I'm glad they picked him over fucking Icon. I prefer Cream though, but I guess Cream doesn't want to go to shitty TSM or shitty NA. But Shenny, I knew nothing about so far though. I think he's been good, but nothing special. So just like Sword Art last year with what he was given.
All right, and last but not least is Cloud9. So you guys know I love Cloud9 here. I've been their fan for a very, very long time. Cloud9 coming out with the LS compositions actually. And this is the thing I'll say about Fudge right now. I don't think Fudge is a good mid laner. And this is how I'll phrase it so all people can understand.
I think he's a good one. I don't think he's a great one. I think just the competition for mid laners is weaker this year. So he looks better than he is right now, but I don't think he's not good. I think he's good.
I think he'll be not great. I think he'll be a middle of the pack mid laner is what he'll actually be. Because this is the thing. He's given these odd mid lane champions that aren't mid laners simply because he can't really play the other actual good mid laners.
LS. It's just working for the strategies, in my opinion.
No, dude. I understand that, but the thing here is that's not going to be a forever thing. He's going to have to play standard shit eventually, and he's just not good at playing standard shit. But no, in Locking, he played standard shit, and he really wasn't that good at it. That's the thing. They're opting to give him these champions because they know he's not going to impact the game that much.
I disagree outside of the EG series.
No, and even in the other games, he really wasn't that good. He did okay things.
He wasn't that good, but I wouldn't say
he was okay. But I think
we'll see.
For right now, I don't know how long this is going to play out, actually. I don't know how long they're going to pick comps like this, actually. But it depends, because if he's opting into this, like, team...
And maybe he'll just be, like, doing B all year on, like, Nautilus and shit, and they'll win
That'd be
worlds.
Pretty cool, actually. Now, if he actually went and embraced that playstyle of just playing champions like that, I'd go like, okay, that's useful, that's good, but I just think that he's been given those champions because... those compositions need champions like that in the mid lane. But I think when it goes to more like standard mid laners, like in Lock-In, I think he's going to be a middle of pack mid laner. Now, Summit, I think is fine.
Look, the mid. Here's the thing, though, MSK. Again, it's just because the mid laners this year. But again, Kiadu, I mean, not doing excellent right now. So I would say Fudge is above him. I would say he's above Power Evil with like his team right now. So he's obviously above Palafox and Blaze Olive. I would say, well, of course, better than Jojo Pion right now.
Obviously,
So, and of course, better than Blue. He's like top 5 or top 4 here. And Bjergsen even hasn't been good, really.
I think Bjergsen's been great, actually, honestly.
Really?
I think Bjergsen's been great.
I mean, like, not as great as Weekly thought, is what I'm saying. And then Takuli, I would say, has been very good, but not outstanding.
So I'll take Takuli over Palafox on FlyQuest. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So it's like, so Fudge just like, he's like slots in at number 4 with like the competition. So he already slots in at number 4
because the mid laners are so bad.
Exactly.
That's not good.
Even Abadagi isn't even doing that good. So his competition is a not that good Bjergsen, a not that good Takuli, and a not that good Abadagi.
Oh God, like, I'm so scared. I'm so
scared. He can be the best he can if you.
Sean is crazy. Now it's making me go insane. Oh God, I'm so scared for the mid lane pool in LCS.
Yeah, mid laner pool in LCS is just a clown fiesta this year.
So also, Summit actually played fine. They put him on weak side. The issue here with Summit, there's only one issue he had. He plays so far forward that he's always gonna actually go for those big outplays. He's always gonna try and dominate. He's gonna be basically Alfari for the LCS.
Yeah, no, this is like the good version of like a weak side guy who then also goes for outplays. This is the good version, not fucking fake god. He's literally just the good version of fake god.
Winsome and Berserker, I thought they were a really good bot lane.
Yeah,
they were
Berserker, fucking fire, one of the best ADCs in the West.
Oh my lord!
Yes, not even being ironic there. Winsome, I'm so shocked by. Okay, again, I expected him to be better than Isles because with what they spoke about him, even though I didn't watch him play in amateur because he was like he got his team to like number 1 in amateur and he was like easily the standout there. And I mean, like amateur is below academy, so he's in like this 3rd tier thing though. So I expect him to be a bit better than Isles, definitely. And with his vision, they said his vision was godlike, so which is important for support. So I expect him to, be good. I didn't expect him to be like this good right away, though. And like right now, I didn't.
Overall, the Cloud9 bot lane has been
so shockingly good right now.
Overall, the Cloud9 bot lane has been good, and I know someone asked me, like, well, are they that good because of? It's the thing here, guys. When you're playing compositions like the Cloud9 compositions that they were playing, the bot lane has to be good enough and better because they are your main source of damage. If they are behind at any point or they start getting dove at inopportune times, it's going to all fall apart. And it's not even just about how the composition functions. It's all about based in how good they're laning because they were actually winning their laning phases. They were doing fine, honestly.
Like, again, I expected Berserker to be, this good. Like, again, playing on Academy T1 is impressive because T1 can just get the best talents in the world because everybody wants to play for them. And you're under a lot of stress. So if you can play for T1, then you're also good in that area. So being on T1 Academy as Berserker with how he played, easily LCK like top 5 team materials. So I had no shocks here. He's like one of the best ADCs right now. But again, again, I'm just so shocked by how good he's playing. Like I expect him to play solid, not this good. This is actually just like a diamond in the rough.
If they could find a bit more of a way to include Summit in like a lot of what they're doing, I think this team's now. This is the thing.
Well, he's supposed to be like a weak side guy, right?
He's more of a weak side Alfari that's really good in lane. Who could also outplay in team fights. And that's the thing is, I think Summit played good. I think he played good. The issue here is constantly playing far forward gives other teams openings to exploit that. That's all I'm saying. Blabber looked okay. Nothing much. He looked okay. Nothing special.
Really? I think he's looked
okay.
Pretty.
He got Olaf. That's like his best champion.
Yeah, but he also 3v. I mean, it was against GG, but still.
Oh, Evil Geniuses. Impact. I want to give a shout out. Impact played really great this weekend. He looked pretty good actually.
Yeah. Again, this guy just like he's not regressing at all in his age. He's like ex-Miffy right now. He's just dominating still. I would actually say he's the best top laner right now.
Impact inspired. Danny still has a weak laning phase. He has to improve on that. Danny just has to.
I wouldn't say it's like too weak though. I wouldn't say it's like. I wouldn't say it's a bad laning phase though. I say it's decent enough, and then like with how he plays out of lane is just amazing.
Even Vulcans looked good. This EG roster, this is a scary roster to go up against. This is not an easy roster.
They could win the split.
Oh, that's not definitely true.
Well, they can, as long as JoJo Peon improves.
All right, so
TSM, but no, is it a hot take though to say that Impact's the best top laner right now?
It'd be between like him, Summit to me, and
I wouldn't say Bwipo is. I always think Bwipo's just.
Bwipo, yeah, Bwipo plays.
No, because I always think Bwipo's like a top 4, top 3, top laner, but never the best.
No, I know.
But can always go up against the best, but never the best.
I think by how TL were doing good in their past few games, I think it was just because of Bwipo, not just because of him. Obviously,
I mean, Bwipo is the most versatile top. I will say that. Like,
no, it's just like how you're seeing. No, because it's just like how you're seeing him in the game move around and actually impact the team. You can see that in the game, essentially. That's just why I think that's really valuable. But
I still think Impact's the best, but.
EG taking on TSM. TSM. We're getting
had a good start. Then
TSM. Good start, and then
I believe both their new players got the first 2 kills of the game,
which are good. I think these players that TSM picked up can be really good players for.
Yeah, they're good pickups. This year.
Now, I don't really know what went wrong with them. So this is where it went wrong. So they're starting with Terrell. Vulcan leaps onto Shengyi. Doesn't really do anything. Huni gets caught. Oh, yeah. Huni had a really bad Jace game. Yeah. Huni just gave the game over. He's just playing so bad. This Jace game was fucking terrible. Holy shit. Vulcan gets to root one of them, uses ult. Obviously, this is the part where they lost the game. Plus, what I really like about EG right now is that they have this willingness to just go for any single fight whenever they think they can win it. Danny got his second pentakill. Actually, was it on Zeri? It was his game, right?
First Zeri pentakill ever, I believe, in competitive play.
Good God. Danny is still good. Don't let me get wrong, guys. Laning phase, it could be a bit more, but overall, good player.
He's the second. No, he's I'd say the third best ADC, I would say, but.
And then you have JoJo Peon right there. Good job, JoJo. Good job, man. Yeah, look at that.
Again, he got caught out like 3 times in this game, but honestly, outside of that time, the other 2 times, it wasn't his fault. They all just anybody could have been in that position.
There was like, you know what?
And there was no way. Oh yes, he was just like, I'll join you.
You know what? I saw their guy doing it. Let's just get on the fun.
Yeah. Let's have some fun. We're in NA, right?
And Vulcan is like, you know what? I'll just go on and just int too, and then not die. This was just all Fiesta shit. Now, Kiadu, I don't know why he got up to Impact. Like, this is the thing, he can't really win this, but he actually did because Impact played it out pretty darn poorly. But overall, Kiadu managed to shut down Impact right there. EG it's a really scary team right here. They have.
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely think
again, he got caught out here, I believe, again. But again, like the next 2 times they get caught out, including here.
Good job, JoJo.
I wouldn't say it's his fault. I would say any other mid laner could have been in this position. And I say, while he got caught out, his team was getting advantages. So it was strategic.
No, he should have recalled way before that. He already pushed the lane out. He was already bouncing away from him. He should have already left. I don't know why he stood there. But to be fair, it's one of those things where if your team's getting an advantage from your split pushing, I guess that's not a fault technically. It's not really
I think
exactly
it was
a
an
fault.
advantage, so I wouldn't say it's a fault, but that's just me personally.
Shen Yi was like, you know what? I'm just leap in and die.
Like, I'm sorry, he's been good in team fights. I think again, his laning obviously isn't good, but I think you hate on JoJo too much. Like, he's below. He's definitely isn't good yet. He's below average. It's just the team around him.
Probably might be the 8th best mid laner.
No, he's already the 8th best.
He's already, and by probably most likely he is.
No, now, he's like the 7th best right now.
If he scales up to be 4th best, then that's where we get to be talking. Yeah. Tactical, I don't know where Tactical was in these games. He just didn't exist.
Yeah, that's how he's always been after his very first split ever.
Like with Core JJ, he was able to like actually do stuff, but without Core, it's the same argument.
Look at all that amazing CS there by Tactical.
It's the same argument that people gave Kaiser and Karzi. Remember? Oh, if you take away Kaiser from Karzi, he won't look as good. Well, if you take away Core JJ from Tactical, he obviously will not look as good.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're seeing right here. So EG ended up defeating TSM. Danny getting his 2nd pentakill because he got one in lock-in. Cloud9 taking on Evil Geniuses. Cloud9 taking on Golden Guardians, actually. LS's return to the LCS, actually, because it was on Gravity a while ago. Cloud9 opting into this Ivern mid composition, actually. And I was like, okay, we're getting some fun. Summit just playing so far forward. Look how far this guy's playing up. This guy's not playing like he has a jungler in the world next to him. He just doesn't give a flying fuck. Now, as you guys know, I don't like the Ole pick from Golden Guardians, actually. I just don't think Ole's that good anyway. Just being honest here, I just think he's fucking trash. But that's me personally, you know.
I don't think Ole's... What, you think Ole's trash?
Yeah,
because those are the two things I wanted to actually ask you today while watching these games. I wanted to ask you how Impact was doing and how Ole was doing. Because I don't think Ole's been bad. Like he hasn't had a chance yet with the 2 champions he's been playing.
I know before he was pretty fucking bad. Like those years when he was awful.
Yes, but he's he did in Korean solo queue, and honestly, I don't think he's been bad.
From these 2 games, I don't think he's that bad from these 2 games. But I have to see a bit more to really go like, okay, is he really
the 2 champs he played in these 2 games?
What's his just Yumi, right? He just played Yumi, I think.
No, he played Yumi and one other. It was like
I think it was Leona.
I believe it was like Rakan, was it?
Because, when the Cloud9 bot lane actually outplayed that dive, I was like, damn, this is a bit different from watching Zen and Isles. And then they're going for this play right there. I don't really agree with them going for that. That's a little too greedy, but hey, he managed to live.
Hey, well, they have Ivern, so it works.
That is true. And Licorice is like, you know what? I'm just going to run 90 miles and just kill him. Holy shit.
Yeah, say, look at that healing by Fudge. What a fucking fantastic mid laner.
My mid laner who just heals me.
Yeah, he got 11,000 healing, all right? Fudge is easily the 3rd best mid laner right now, man.
Oh, Lord. So this game
it's sad, though, because it's true with the competition.
And here, I'll say this. The LCS right now was looking so interesting for week 1. Oh, my God. I was like, damn. Kind of LCS. Where's this LCS been? People want to try out a bunch of different comps. People want to try out a bunch of different styles how to win the game. That's interesting, right? And then you had Fudge getting cut out right there. He was not happy about that, as you can see, getting just completely ripped apart to shreds. Obviously, Berserker, Winsome, Summit, all looking great on Cloud9 so far for this first week. They had a really, really close game against Evil Geniuses. Golden Guardians, Licorice actually didn't look that bad overall. You know, Licorice, he actually played decently okay in both of these first games, honestly. I think Licorice is a player you can build around. I think he had a bad year last year, but I think people just went so hard to overrate that. You know, he's definitely not a bad player.
Oh, so I don't know if you've been watching LFL or whatever it's called recently, but Cody's son has actually... Cody's son isn't the carry of his team, but he's been fucking great, like rock solid. He's basically playing like...
Is he better than Reckless, though?
Like, no mistakes. Not better than Reckless, but... So, hey, maybe he could get an LEC spot next year. Hey!
Oh, my God.
It would be the first, Canadian NA. I mean, he was born in China, but his nationality is China, but he was born in Canada and stuff and lives in NA, so I don't know, which one. So they're going to try to say, no, he's actually Chinese, like they said with...
Cloud9 defeating Golden Guardians. The next game was FlyQuest versus Go CLG. That's the thing. You're thinking this game, FlyQuest and CLG versus it's gonna be some donkey shit, right? No, they actually picked Smite John on top. I was like, okay, because everyone's been talking.
Well, this was a fun clown fiesta. This game.
Yeah, because everyone's been talking about, I don't want to see Smite John on top in pro play. It's fucking cancer as fuck. Oh, pull it out. Let's see it. Because they said a lot of pros are trying it out in their scrims. Let's see it. Let's try it out. Kumo's like, you know what? I'm going to start running down this John.
Yeah, I believe one other team did it first. I forgot which one that was.
So guys, you have to watch this game in the full VOD. It was so exciting to watch. Just watching Contracts, just see them and still choose to walk right there. He saw them. Like, just factor out how stupid that is.
Yeah.
He literally saw them and he chose to walk in that position.
Yeah, so I think what happened was the last 2 years when he was subbed them for 100 Thieves in GG, what happened was he was playing great again, like he was on C9 again. He finally reformed. He's going to be like a number 6 jungler in LCS once on CLG, but then I think what happened was he like lost his contact lenses, I believe, before the 2 games. So then he was like, you know what? Okay, look, I got the most kills on GG. I broke the record. I'm going to try to get even more on CLG.
What's up?
It was literally like he was trying to do it. Well, he got like fucking 9 deaths this game. He got like 8 deaths the last game.
Oh, what's up, Lou? How you doing? Yeah, I didn't think Contracts was that good when he was on Evil Geniuses last year. I thought it was pretty overrated, honestly, by a lot of people. That's just me. I thought it was very overrated.
He was overrated. Like, EG was covering for some of his mistakes, but he was still good.
No, it was above average, is what I would say. That's probably the best thing I could probably give him. He did improve them for a little bit there by how he was willing to play the game, but I just thought he was above average, honestly. But this is the thing here. Contracts single-handedly made Luger look bad. How do you do that? This man was dying. This man was literally trying to feed Africa with how bad he was playing. He was trying to feed Africa that hard. I was sitting there going, what the fuck am I watching? But overall, FlyQuest pulling out the Smite on the top, ended up winning. And then we had our match of the week, 100 Thieves taking on Team Liquid, a rematch of the LCS 2021 Summer Split Finals. 100 Thieves just clapping that ass, actually. 100 Thieves is like, nope, we lost to Dignitas. That's a fucking fluke. So it's right here. This is kind of where the game is over, right here. When they give up first blood, when you give up first blood to an Aphelios and Leona bot lane, you just lose. Aphelios can instantly chunk out Jinx if he actually gets the kill that early on, because he can get a fast track on the item he's actually going to need. So right here is pretty much where they lose the game. Like, after seeing that, I didn't think they were actually going to win the game at all.
Yeah, Matthew, that game was just a clown fiesta. Let's not talk about it. It was fun, though, but God.
That was a shit fest. That was a shit fest right there.
Yeah.
You see right here, Hansama, Bjergsen, all of them dying. And I don't really understand why teams keep giving Bjergsen Zillion for some reason. And
I don't get it. Just literally just don't give him Zillion, and it's
well, they don't even punish
almost.
it. It's not even that you can give it to him. They don't even punish it properly. They just let him sit there and scale up. Like, okay, if you sit there and let him scale up, of course he's going to do that much damage. That's ridiculous. Also, people say, oh, was Bjergsen making Santorin a ward? I'm like, well, I don't know. It's too early to say that. It's a little too early to say that. And
yes,
this is the thing. So with this team composition, Jarvan is trying to go down and obviously play through the bot lane, because if you shut down 100 Thieves' bot lane, a lot of how they actually win the game is very, very cut in half. But Bwipo actually was ahead in this game at this point in time. So what Santorin should have done was that Santorin actually should have went up to top lane and actually help out Bwipo get ahead. Bwipo was I think he was pretty decently far ahead right at this point, actually, where they could have actually went up the top lane and impacted the game. I think Bjergsen helped him out get the kill right here. And I honestly don't really know what Team Liquid were trying to really do. It seems like they were trying to pull Santorin around for an idea of how to play the composition that they really didn't know how to really do it on. Because if Santorin is trying to go down bot lane and impact bot lane, that's fine if that's the game plan, but the game plan has to change.
Cloud9 is Pog Berserker #1. LCS is a fucking giga chat. 200,000 IQ super genius, and of course TSM LOL.
Oh shit. So yeah. 100 Thieves ended up defeating Team Liquid in their rematch. Pretty hyped up game right here. I just didn't like how TL chose to play
They
out the
beat
game.
Team Liquid? What do you mean? They won the most prestigious tournament ever. They're the best, right? Well, because
So yeah, 100 Thieves.
wow,
Did
it's almost like literally all 9 other fucking teams in the LCS didn't give a shit about lock-ins. It's almost like Team Liquid is the only one who actually thinks it matters. Wow.
I mean their brand is all about winning. Remember?
Wow. Shit.
I
No,
mean,
the
if
brand is about making money, and you make more money in lock-in than spring, even though it means literally nothing. So they just make more money there, and then they don't win spring or summer.
hey man. If you win locking, you can pay off some of these salaries on some of these players' contracts.
Yeah, and you
Saying.
can pay off some of sorry, I forgot his name. What's their owner again?
Oh, Steve.
Yeah, they can pay off Steve, poaching players when he gets fined.
Oh my lord.
Just like Carlos.
Oh lord. So yeah, Buipo, he was on Renekton, but he didn't really do anything with his lead because they didn't really know what Jarvan was actually supposed to do, or they didn't really have an idea of how they wanted to play the game with Jarvan.
Yeah, so
and then
when does Core JJ get his visa though? Sorry for interrupting, but
I don't know, honestly.
Elia is great though. He should have got an LCS spot, just like how King should have before he regressed.
I think someone mentioned somewhere that I might be saying this wrong. Because by the time that Broxa got his visa in, it was like on week 4 of that year. So by week 4, we should kind of know if he's going to be able to play. Now,
I still hope that they keep subbing in Elia and Yeon for certain games, though, because they're LCS. They can play.
But dude, this is the thing, is like, if Core JJ joins fully, are they just automatically the best team? I don't.
No.
I mean, maybe. They'll at least be top 3. They'll at least be
top
3.
They're top 3, not the best.
So, like, I think their competition is going to be TL, 100 Thieves, and Cloud9, and Evil Geniuses, I think, are their biggest competition right now. Also, this is depending on how TSM also, ramps up during the split, if they ramp up during the split. But yeah, 100 Thieves guys looked great in this game. They had a game plan that they wanted to actually fully utilize when you're looking at a Jarvan, because the Jarvan, I get why they picked Jarvan, because you want to go down there and shut down under these bot lane. I get it, but that wasn't happening.
Yeah, FBI, you're not River on Jarvan, man. Come on.
Well, this is the thing. It's like if their plan is, hey, I got to go bot lane and stomp the bot lane, but that didn't happen. Renekton was really far ahead when I go up to top lane and play through that. But after that, yep. That was the last game for that day, and then I will bring up the other days of games right now. But yeah, 100 Thieves, not even skipping a beat, looking pretty darn strong, actually. So yes, let me actually go and get the other games right here, actually, because I do have to actually kind of watch more LCK. Actually, I haven't got a chance to really watch pretty much anything based around it. Okay, let me go right here. The LPL starting back up soon too, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but yeah, Team Liquid fucked up their play style against 100 Thieves. Yep. GG.
Give me a second. The FlyQuest Immortals game made me want to gouge my eyes out. That was really bad to look at. That was egregious. That was very, very bad. Immortals should be ashamed of themselves from how
Immortals
bad they played
is
that game.
the new CLG.
Oh god, that's sad.
Again, well, yeah, I mean, there's 3. The Immortals of the past, good organization. The Immortals now, dumb CLG and TSM, and GG, I would never want to join their orgs. Definitely not. All the others, I would be more than happy of joining, honestly.
Whoa!
Unless I'm forgetting a bad one, which I don't think I am.
What the hell is this?
I mean, Dignitas isn't a great org, but it's still solid enough. I would join it. I mean, if it was the Dignitas of old, though, I would not fucking join it.
That sounds like hell. Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. All right, so I have the games right here, actually.
Yeah, I mean, GG isn't a bad org. It's just the way they treat their players. It's like Excel with Advian. So no thanks.
Okay, so we will actually have a new segment that we're going to debut on the show as well, called Match of the Week, which is what we'll be doing for the LEC and the LCS, actually. So I know for the official broadcast, it's more like just one. There's sometimes more than one, and we'll even list them down here. But before we even get to that, we got to go through these last LCS games, and we'll do our predictions, and then we will head out of here, actually. Okay, so 100 Thieves taking on CLG, actually, to go 2-0. Contracts having a really, really, really rough start to the season, man. This guy's been just so awful, man. And I really don't know what's going on right now. You know, I actually think that Luger is a good player, and I think the bot lane on CLG is solid enough, you know, with Luger being that difference, but this team is bad.
You know, they just
sucks.
They have nothing to work with. You can't blame them.
Like, there's
I mean, I don't think Poom is great, but like, I mean, he's good enough for LCS, and they have that chemistry. They played for a year. There are better options, though, I would say, for a support.
Jenkins is just bad. Jenkins is just awful.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think he would be.
Last year, I even said
I thought he was
bad.
but
I thought he was terrible last year. He was terrible last year.
I thought he was bad, but I thought he was bad. Yeah, and I thought he was bad coming into this, but I was willing to give him a chance as like a weak side guy because again, I understand why they picked him up though, because just for the same reason they picked up others in LCS, LEC, etc. Because again, like just the top lane pool and the prospect pool for LCS, LEC, and LCK has just been lacking. Where Jenkins was genuinely one of the better prospects there. Like he literally was. So that's the sad thing. So
then later on, you had 100 Thieves beating the shit out of CLG. This was just oh lord, good job, Palafox. Good job.
Like honestly, what they should, I don't understand why they haven't yet. Like there's good Turkish top laners. They should import over going with people like Jenkins.
What about that one guy from MSI last year? Starscream.
I know who you're talking about. People thought he would get a team. Him.
Starscream wasn't even that bad. I thought he was good actually.
Yeah. And I'm still surprised. I don't know if he's still playing in PCS or the same team. If he isn't, let me know. But like that one, Kai Wayne. I thought he would fucking be an LPL next year. Is he loyal to PCS or something?
Then right here, you also have TSM taking on Dignitas, and Spica was like, you know what? I'm gonna just give over the game. You know what? Just walk in. Good job, Spica.
Again, this is Spica in the first half of the season, and then the second half, he's a hell of a lot better.
He just ran it down. I was sitting going, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be fair, everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, TSM played so bad. Dignitas legitimately played well.
Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people are gonna say now with like, they did, but I mean, besides fucking Blue, but
oh yeah, no, I'll never give Blue.
Yeah, and FakeOut was actually. I mean, you can't. Nothing to really say because he's on Gwen, but he wasn't bad at least this game. I think
River, Neo, and Biofrost are the best players to play around.
Yes, obviously. Again, I actually thought Neo or Biofrost would win MVP. Sorry, player of the week. This over FBI because FBI had the best KDA, so I knew he had the best chance. But usually, what the analysts and stuff do is they give it to if a team you don't expect to go 2-0 goes 2-0, which Dignitas did, and they upset a team like TSM. Then they usually give it to a player on there. So I thought they'd give it to Neo Bio, but no, they went with FBI apparently. So
that was so lucky. If that did not go off the right way, they were all getting aced right there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't totally agree with FBI's player of the week though, because he did play against shit. Kind of against shit teams, but
and this is my thing. Seeing Dig do well is good. Like seeing teams like Dignitas and FlyQuest do well is a good thing for the LCS. That's a good thing. I don't want these bottom tier teams.
Yeah, people are trying to say it's bad. What are you talking about?
It's good for the league if these bottom tier teams can win. That's a good thing. That means they're not free wins. No team should be a free win in this kind of environment ever. That's bad
Spica, for what are you doing?
Good job, Spica. Good job, man. Look at Kidu right there. Kidu's frontlining! Why is your mid laner frontlining?
Well, where's Hooney? Now you come in, Hooney. What the fuck? Where's that earlier?
Rise is frontlining. What sense did that make? Rivers is right there. This was the fight where they lost. Yeah, they lost this fight.
You know, with how Spica's praying right now, just like in the...
Yeah, because Kidu got locked in. Jarvan locked him in. River died. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah,
so just like how he played in Spring last year now with how he's playing now, a lot of people are saying like, yeah, you shouldn't have won MVP last split. because of that, because of how
It's,
he's
it's
playing
only
now.
week one, because dude, you got to kind of factor in with week ones. People always overrate week one performances.
But listen, just saying, last year with MVP, like, listen,
there was a ton of candidates that could have got it over him.
there is a ton, and there was no standout. There hasn't been a stand after Blabber won it in spring, which honestly though deserved, but I would have gave it to Niski personally. I think they just gave it because they wanted to give it to an NA prodigy, but either way deserved. But after that, for the last 3 splits, there hasn't been a standout MVP. So that's why Blabber won it. That's why Core JJ won it.
I think that Niski should have won that year too when they did so well.
If Bjergsen played as good in the second half of summer 2020 as he did, 2019, as he did, it was 20. Wait, was it 2020 or it was 2020. As he did in spring.
Poom was horrible. Contracts was horrible. Skip this game. Have mercy on CSM.
I mean, I wouldn't say he's been horrible, Poom, but
TSM's item build didn't have damage. Triforce, Zeri, Tank, Rise. Yeah, that was horrible.
True.
That was true. Their comp had no damage. They looked like crap. Mm-hmm. They played like crap, and they built like shit. Good job, Tactical. Good job.
Sorry. I was saying, if Bjergsen in like summer 2020, like in the second half, he was like easily MVP winner material, but in the first half, he was mediocre if people don't bring up. So they say Core JJ robbed him that year, but he really didn't. Bjergsen just didn't play great for the whole split.
You had CLG. Then you had Cloud9 taking on Evil Geniuses. Vulcan up against his old teammates, trying to get that revenge against Cloud9 for going in the LS direction. This was a banger game to watch. This was so entertaining, man.
Oh, yes.
Except this part when Inspired's brain just turned off.
Trendamir is so scary.
Good. Okay, so Inspired did this twice against Cloud9. He invades, wins the invade. Just getting the vision is fine, but he keeps going for more.
Riot at this point, nerfed Trendamir already. Fuck.
Because at this point you're already super committed, and then he just dies. Invading like that and dying gives away the advantage. It's just pointless at that
honestly,
point.
I thought this was GG when Blabber died there.
But the fact that he dies right here gives over that advantage back. Because if he didn't die right there, no, it was the other part. Later on, I think he tried it again. I think he did. It's the wrong game actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was right here. I think they were going for a team fight and he died. At that point, no, you're right. I was like, oh, this is looking bad. Because he's tried this so many different times. He invades, he'll like fail, but he gives a kill over back. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, this is the part where they died. Yeah, at this point, I was like, okay, they gave that advantage over again. Yeah, right here, they gave that advantage over. When you die right there,
Jojo Pyong, let's go, baby.
Good job, Jojo. Good
job, that wasn't Jojo's fault. That was actually just the insane healing.
4th best mid laner, man.
Yeah, no, that's actually just the insane healing. No, it was actually just Soraka's insane healing, no.
Oh my god.
Again, this is a great pick. I like this more than the Ivern. Soraka's OP as fuck. Just somebody needs to nerf her already.
I don't know why.
It's insane.
I don't know why EG gave Cloud9 Olaf. You don't get Blabber is good on Olaf, obviously. You don't.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Bjergsen Zillion. You don't give them their champion.
I mean, I get it. They think they can counter. A lot of teams think they know that how to counter
also,
him finally on Olaf.
Right here, a lot of people talked about how Jojo Pyong didn't get the kill. Guys, Olaf has lifesteal. Doesn't matter. He can just lifesteal off the minion wave.
Yeah, and Soraka.
So how did he live? He lifesteals right there.
Yes, and there's the Soraka healing. Of course, he's gonna live. There's like, do they not know how the game works? Like, fuck.
Also, Impact played so good on Trendamir in this game. This guy
but then again, it's Trendamir. It's
Trendamir. To be fair, it's Trendamir. Actually,
yeah, nerf him already, right? Fuck.
Trendamir that's a strong champion if you let him get ahead, actually. That is a strong champion.
Yeah, if you want to go try hard, then play Trendamir. You can do that in your next solo queue games, I guess.
Oh, I don't play Trendamir. I have standards, actually.
Yeah, you have standards, so you just play bitch ADCs like Tristana, MF.
All right, so this is the last of the game where everyone was talking about where Winsome stacked the chakrams over. So it starts off from this right here. Okay, so Inspired's on this side. Pretty sure he flashes over, right? No.
Yeah, but a lot of people are saying Summit could have just ended it here. What do you think?
Okay, so let's see how this plays out. I have to go.
Because he said a lot of people were wondering why he TP'd, saying he could have just ended it himself.
Hold on. Okay,
do you agree with that, or?
No, he can end right here.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
He can
do you agree with that?
No. He actually can end. Now, he won't know if he can end. To be fair, you'll never know, to be fair. But this is how I know he could end. So right here, the minions, he had a super wave inhibitor already down. And he could just push in both turrets. Camille takes towers like it's nothing. It's 4 autos on a Camille takes a turret, right? 4 autos on a Camille potentially takes a turret. And they actually won the team fight with how Berserker was stacking at the Chakram. So to be fair, I understand why he came back. It made sense to win the team fight, but he didn't need to come back. He should have just kept threatening to end the game. Because it's one of two things. Because EG has to know right here. At this moment, EG knows either we commit to this or we lose the team fight or we lose the game. Or Summit just ends the game. It was actually really well played from Cloud9. That was actually really, really well played. I hope they keep playing this kind of level during the whole split because that was actually really well done from them. Summit, it's because that's the thing. Because Jojo Pion knows this. Why would he TP though? Jojo Pion TPs and he just gives the base over. He's lucky Summit TP'd over. Someone could just end the game right there. Someone alone could just end the game. I don't know why Jojo Pion TP'd. Jojo Pion TP is worse. Because there's nothing to defend the base. Victor can't fight off Camille like that. Unless he somehow lands on one of those gravity fields and
so I guess what Summit thought was since he had Guardian Angel, if he TP'd, it would be GG with the fight.
yeah,
right. So that's what he
Angel.
thought, I guess.
And that's the thing. This was actually a really, really interesting, fun game. The first week of the LCS 2022 Spring Split was such a fun thing to watch. Look at those chakrams he stacked
a lot of people,
beautiful.
A lot of LPO and LCK casters and even LEC said that this was actually one of the best ADC games they've ever saw from Berserker here. What do you think? Because they said he thought he played it flawlessly. Like when
he did this game, and I want to see more games out of him like this. If he can play the entire split consistently like this, he's going to be like Comp for the LCS, actually. He's going to be so good. I think he has a higher ceiling than Comp.
Yeah, win some is such a surprise, God.
Matthew says, as of now, Cloud9 is the best macro team in the league. I actually saw this potential when Blabber started targeting Drakes early on and locking. Yeah, Blabber's macro decisions got a bit better, as you can see throughout these two games.
Fudge had a talk with him, he said, and worked out his issues from last year. Yeah, seems like it's
Final
working
game.
All.
Team Liquid taking on Immortals. This game made me just blow my brains out when I watched this live.
Quickly though, again, listen, stop just because Spica's playing now. Stop saying that means he didn't deserve MVP last split. Right? It's different splits.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. There was no fucking front runner. Listen, there is an argument to be made that Closer should have won it.
I chose Abadage. That's why.
If he played as good in the second half as he did in the first half, I would have, but he kind of dropped off a bit.
I thought he dropped off a tiny bit in playoffs. I think for the regular season, he was just perfectly fine.
But listen, there is an argument to be made with Abadage or Closer, but at the end of the day, it's a different split. And also, I do think actually Spica deserved it with what he was given. He kind of carried them to first place in the regular season.
So you had Team Liquid taking on Immortals. Actually, Power People just kept getting caught out inside lanes with the Zillion Jinjiao composition. Actually, this is the part where they lose right here. I remember I watched this game live, and this was just so bad. This was so fucking bad, man. This team is so bad. Look at this right here. Okay, so they leap on, they kill Hansama right here. Destiny's gonna obviously die right here. Then right here, Alea hooks in Wild Turtle. Wild Turtle's right there safe. Nope, because there's Santorin there. Santorin's already super far ahead. Wild Turtle dies. Then right there, oh nope, there's Bwipo, and Bwipo just slices them down. Revenge goes over the wall, flashes back. Bwipo just flashes over, kills him. The advantage is over. This was one of the worst
is
games.
Destiny still in LCS?
Look at this. This was so bad. This was so bad from fucking Immortals. These guys are not good. These guys are... I got the idea of what they were trying to do. I got it. Destiny literally got caught out right here. Right here on a war, he's getting caught out. Of course he's getting a Lantern Flash play. Of course he's going to do that. Destiny right here has to fully commit. But they do kill Hansama. But this is the thing about why the team fight went so wrong. Revenge is the worst top laner probably in the league. Revenge was so far behind, he deals no damage.
I would say yes, he is.
Revenge got beaten so hard, he was dealing no damage. He was tickling.
Great player to build around, and also he's 22, almost 23, so not much growing left, probably.
Oh my lord, Destiny. Why is Wild Turtle getting paid? I can't disagree with that either.
Because Power Evil's like, listen, if you want me on the team, you gotta get my buddy, or I'm not playing. So they're like, maybe we should just get 5 fire and value. No. We need them, because
I wonder how that's working out for them right now.
Because they made Worlds in like 2020.
That was really awesome. Right here, when he got the trade back kill right here, he actually got a trade kill back on Santorin got a trade kill back right here. How bad, Kite? What are you doing? Why are you standing in front of him? Oh my god, this was so awful to watch.
Jesus,
this was horrible. This was so bad. I was like, okay, Immortals, just get off the stage. Get up, load in, select your champions, lose, get off the stage. Load up, get off, lose. Just keep doing that the whole split. If you're playing like this, just get on the stage, load up your champions, lose, and get off. It's pathetic.
Let's go, Power of Evil. Yeah,
Good
baby.
Job.
Let's go.
He got caught out 3 times in side lanes playing Victor. 3 different times. I can understand one time, whatever. He got out 3 different times.
And also, I made a mistake. I actually predicted them 9th Immortals, honestly. Because I knew Revenge, Wild Turtle, and Destiny would play that bad, and then that Xerxes would and Power of Evil would have, with their play style, they would have nothing to work with. The only team I predicted lower than them is Dignitas, which, I mean, they're proving me wrong now, so...
Give me a sec, guys.
Yeah, I did actually think Golden Guardians and Counter Logic Gaming would be better than Immortals. So I'm sorry, it's old name recognition. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not based on player strengths. I thought they'd only win games because they're veteran players, which just get you a couple of early wins early on. But nope, sadly, that's not really panning out very well for me.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go to the LEC and the LCS for our match. Our new segment debuting on the show, as I talked about last year when we had Warren. Oh, Warren's not going to be here for a bit, guys. We're not having any issues with Warren. We love Warren here.
Yeah,
Warren actually got a really good job, actually.
Yeah, with the NBA.
Yeah, guys, our Warren got a really good job. We didn't have any issue. We love Warren. We talked to him. We love him and his contribution he did to the channel. He just got a really good job.
Yeah, so he's not going to have as much time. And yeah, maybe that will be with me in the future, so I'm not talking much with this piece of shit.
Oh yeah, because I hate this guy. I'm going to have to find a hot lady to do the show with me every single week, actually. So I need to have any hot ladies out there that want to actually, come on the show.
I will say, if that ever happens in the future, like in a year or so, what I'm saying, I will, like, if I'm busy for like 4 years or so, and
4 years.
So I can't show up all the time. No, when I'm not busy anymore, I will return. I will make
just like my dad said the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, I will eventually, if that ever happens.
So right now we're gonna debut match of the week segment, LEC and LCS. So normally match of the weeks are just like one game, because sometimes there's match of the weeks that no one really talks about. So what really made me for sure do this segment is remember how we had Rogue taking on Fnatic and that wasn't the match of the week? People were like, oh my god, but the match of the week plays on Sunday. I don't give a fuck. I don't care at all.
Misfits versus what was it, Fnatic? I believe that was actually could have been a really good match of the week, but
oh my goodness. But yeah, just a week ago when Fnatic and Rogue were undefeated in the LEC, that wasn't the match of the week. Are you serious? People say the match of the week's played on Sunday. I don't give a fuck. I don't care at all.
Yeah,
who gives a shit about that? That's so stupid.
Yeah,
that is dumb as hell.
Also, yeah, we'll ask him about TSM and we'll type down what his response is and then say it on the next stream.
All right, guys. So debuting match of the week segment, starting with LEC and moving to LCS in just a moment. So we'll get our predictions out of the way. Let me take her off for a second, and let me do our predictions first, and then we'll talk about the match of the weeks right now between LEC and LCS. Okay. So right here for week 2, EG, 100 Thieves, Cloud9, CLG. You know what? Fuck it. FlyQuest. Day 2, Cloud9, Golden Guardians, 100 Thieves, Team Liquid, and Dignitas.
Okay.
All right,
EG, 100 Thieves. This one's a tough one. This is definitely match of the week here.
There's some good ones this week, actually. There's some bangers right here.
Let's go Team Liquid. CLG and TSM, and then C9, GG. Say 100 Thieves. I don't think they're the best, but I think they're gonna have a good start, better than others. Let's go Team Liquid. I think FlyQuest is gonna fall down to earth a bit, and then Dignitas.
All right, let's go, guys. So we are now debuting a segment I wanted to have on the channel last year, and even just it was like around, it was when Rogue were facing off against Fnatic, like I just told you guys last week, where I was like, you can have more than one match of the week. What rule states you can only have one match of the week? I was gonna go like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get on my Thanos shit.
Well, it's sort of like saying you can have multiple soups of the day, MSK.
And, you know, when I was looking at match of the weeks, I'm like, you know what? I don't like it, and this is just what I'm gonna do.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
That's also what he said when he couldn't find a girl to jerk him off.
All right, so for the LEC 2021, for the LEC 2022 Spring Split Week 5, the only actual match of the week is, well, Fnatic taking on Team Vitality, Perks taking on Fnatic once again. I think this is going to be Fnatic taking it this time around. Actually, they pretty handily beat Vitality the last time, but that was when the split first began. So this is a good chance for Vitality to get their revenge on Fnatic. You could also maybe slot in another really interesting match of the week, which probably might be G2 versus Mad Lions, two teams that have won all like trophies within the LEC. Actually, so this could be a really, really interesting games. But these are the two most interesting matches for this week for the LEC 2022 Spring Split Week 5. Mad Lions versus G2 and Team Vitality versus Fnatic. All right, and for these, I have chosen G2 and Fnatic to win the match of the week right here. And let me actually bring up my ticker right there. There we go. Match of the week segment, baby. Let's go. We'll fix all the technical issues actually next time around. All right, now for the LCS 2022 Spring Split Week 2, you have two match of the weeks right here. Team Liquid taking on Cloud9, and you also have Evil Geniuses taking on 100 Thieves. Can Evil Geniuses get can Evil Geniuses actually take down 100 Thieves this time around? Because this is a rematch of the LCS 2021 Summer Split Playoffs, where, you know, 100 Thieves took out Evil Geniuses and knocked them down the fact that Evil Geniuses will have to face Cloud9. And you also had the good old Team Liquid and C9 rivalry, which is always something really exciting. And actually, for the rivalry of this matchup this time around, obviously I'm choosing my boys Cloud9. Cloud9 definitely taking down Team Liquid in the match of the week. And the second match of the week, as you guys know, I have 100 Thieves actually taking it. So yeah, that's the little small segment called Match of the Week on the Cloud9 podcast. Just want to make sure I give more highlights to more interesting matches. Just so happen if they be a thing, because sometimes there's one, sometimes there's two really good matches, but the broadcast only highlights like one.
Could you say them again? Because sorry, I was doing something else. I didn't hear.
Jacking off actually. So so for LEC, you have
I was reading shitty Zack Snyder tweets. That's what I was doing.
You're a horrible human being. So you have Mad Lions taking on G2, and you have Vitality taking on Fnatic. Then you have Team Liquid taking on Cloud9, and you have Evil Geniuses taking on 100 Thieves. Some really spicy 4 matchups right there, actually.
I would say honestly though, you could make. I actually kind of excited though to see that TSM versus GG match though.
Lord, okay,
I think that's what I'm being unironic. It's actually an underrated one people aren't paying attention to because GG hasn't looked bad. They looked good. It's just the teams they played against were better. Their competition was just strong in week 1. Pride Stalker looked great. Blazolid looked fine. Licorice looked very good. Lost looked like shit still, but he's facing his old team, which is a rivalry there. And Ole looked fine, wasn't given a chance yet. And then, TSM needs more time. So it's a match that I feel like could be where one team finally
Watch
starts
this be
breaking
like one of the
out.
worst matches ever, where their teams is playing like complete dog shit.
No, it's one match where I think it could be a good level of play. Actually, unironically, it's a match where I think one team that this is the point where one team will start breaking out, either GG or TSM. And there's like Lost there facing his old team, so it's actually a match I'm kind of looking forward to.
Yeah, and that's just pretty much what I would have as the 4 matches of the week to watch out for. So let me recap them. For the LEC 2022 Spring Split Week 5, you have Mad Lions taking on G2 on Friday. Saturday, you have Team Vitality taking on Fnatic.
Oh, what do you mean BDS and XL? That's a great one.
For the LCS 2022 Spring Split Week 2, you have Team Liquid taking on Cloud9. Evil Geniuses taking on 100 Thieves as your marquee 4 matchups to look out for. And yeah, Sean did bring up a good point. Lost taking on TSM to prove that they got the wrong guy. They got Tactical, which is also kind of the wrong guy too.
Yeah, they got the wrong guy twice in a row. I just love it. There are literally Tactical was one of them when he started playing for Team Liquid, but they literally just dropped like 4 or 5 ADCs like Johnson, Tactical, Sven, Kabe, just shit tons, and then they all played for LEC or LCS teams, and they were all better than Double Lift. That's just hilarious.
All right, guys. That's it for the show today. We had a really, really great show today. It was really awesome to have the LCS fully come back, not just in lock-in, but just fully to have the spring split, online actually. Make sure you guys like the podcast, the stream after you guys watch it on the replay. If you are watching on the replay, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't, please do all those things. Yeah, and we'll see you guys next week. Sorry, I didn't have the episode out on Monday. I was so tired, actually. So if you don't get your episodes on Mondays, you'll get them on Wednesdays. And yeah, I'm glad you guys came out to support. Thank you to everyone who watched, actually. See you guys later, and see ya next Monday or Wednesday. I'm the Nightwing, and we are signing out, guys. Have a great weekend, and have a great day when the matches appear. You guys have a good time watching them. So have a great rest of your week and have a great weekend. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. Goodbye.